love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
I don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit her with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay. Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still on the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a motive. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like another city, the driver's side fly. Gucci Galore, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. Hey, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as could be. You can watch us on YouTube with viewing for free. Hey, this one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
No promises, Tommy. No promises. Leroy?
What's up? So,
Yes.
Tobin's running a little late. Got
Yeah.
stuck in a little bit of traffic. But here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you, I, or J-Fig get stuck in traffic, we give a little heads up. Hey, stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
We don't give the play-by-play and relive life as a college student. So he goes, right now, passing where I used to get up early to try to go and get kegs.
You know, you never like drive by a stadium and think, that's where I put up 300 yards or something like that. Tobin does the same thing. He drives by a place. He's like, oh, that's where I stole a keg.
Yeah.
That's
where.
Sessions.
Yeah, like he just then he go Bucks.
Yeah, I appreciate the consistency nonetheless. Our boy, our resident show pony, is actually in the building currently. He's just not on camera yet. He'll be here with us shortly.
Hello,
Jeff Fig is here as well.
Man, what a day.
And then he gave us an arrival time, which was even more hilarious.
I appreciate
I was like, I called Marcos. Dude, I was like, so today was first day of school in Palm Beach, right? And first year for young show pony Sophia.
Ooh.
First year for middle school.
Middle school.
Middle school starts an hour later than regular school.
So you got to drop her off.
Well, here's the thing. We have a thing where it's like early drop off, but that doesn't start up for, I don't know if it started. I think it's next week or maybe it starts tomorrow, but it's not today, not the first day. So I had to drop her off at the bus. I was like, all right, fine, whatever. Bus arrives pretty on time. It said it was going to be there at 8:10, got there at 8:15. Later than I typically like to head to work. I live far away, and, I like a little insurance, And but I do like the little GPS thing, Leroy, and it's like hour and 5 minutes to work today. I'm like, no, not so bad, dude. I get on the turnpike, which is how I always start my drive to work. Gridlock, and I'm stuck. There's nothing you can do.
Can't get off. That's the worst.
No U-turns, no nothing. It took me 45 minutes to get from my exit to mother bleeping Boynton.
Oh my goodness.
Brutal. I was like, so I called Marcos as soon as I got past this, which was a really bad car pileup, which caused the accident. So there's like one lane of traffic for all these cars, which was already a disaster. So
I just say, hope everyone's okay, but at least there was a payoff.
They all looked okay. I gave them middle fingers on the way once I realized everybody was okay. Not an ambulance there.
Yeah. Perfect.
I was like, pay attention, you bastards.
Yeah, at least there was a payoff. I hate when it's that huge traffic and then you go, and it's like,
dude,
what happened?
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, there better be some destruction. There better be some destruction. There better be some cars punched. Is that a bad feeling? Should I not think that?
You say they better have the stuff on. They better have the stuff on the highway that they get for like the oil spill or something like that.
It was a
If
gravel.
cars are crunched, they're hurt.
Nah, they were fine. I saw them all on their cell phones. They were cool. No ambulance there, J-Fig. Only a fire truck, which I think was just to block people off. They were fine, I think.
You know what I hate? When there's traffic like that and somebody tries to use the lane that's not a lane.
dude, I had this guy behind me. He was half behind me for like a good, 3 miles. I'm like, do you think your car's going to shrink, dude? Like, what do you think is going to happen here? You don't have a Mini Coupe. I guess he got jealous of the motorcycle people who were like, they were handling it. But I had like this one guy. He was leaned in like halfway through the only part of the off lane that there is, because the construction going on right up there right now, it's barely 2 lanes. The way they've got that going, and you know how construction is down here. It's going to be like that for a year. So this guy's like, maybe I can squeeze behind this guy. You're not going anywhere.
Is that how he sounded?
That's definitely how he sounded, dude. I saw him, you know?
You saw this too.
Okay. Anyway, so as emotional day as it was anyway. Daughter's going off to middle school.
Man, I thought,
Was she excited?
I was a surprise.
No, she was not excited.
I wouldn't be too.
Not at all.
Middle school's brutal.
Not at all. She wasn't excited for middle school. She goes, I don't know where to go because it's like they change classes now. All classes change.
Oh wait, didn't you go to like open house?
It was a week ago. She forgot.
Nah.
Really?
Yesterday,
Open house before school?
they do open house for middle school. They did it a week beforehand.
I would always get it like sometime like a month later.
Because yesterday, yesterday
you
was
do the walkthrough and you walk to your classes.
That's what I
Because
did yesterday.
especially in middle school.
That's what I did yesterday for my son. No,
And that's second grade for Tommy, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's fine though. You know, he gets to go with his mom. He's literally actually 2 doors down from his mom's class.
Oh, nice.
So he's fine. But you know, it's a whole thing.
So everybody's off, then Sophie's by herself.
Yeah.
At middle school.
Yep. First time she's not with her mom. Her mom's always been in the school she's taught. So it's a little weird, but the schools are like, you know, literally down the road from each other. Which is one of the cool things about where we live. And then there's a brand new high school opening up there this year too.
Oh,
well,
nice.
that's because, you know, you got one middle school, one elementary school, and one high school.
Schmieth and
When you live on a farm.
Fully expected. Schmieth and Schmolnick says, so nice of Tobin to show up, you bum.
There we go. Good morning to you too.
Right. We've started off.
That actually meant he missed you.
Did you guys do the Palmetto Ford?
Not yet.
No,
we did.
These headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Oh, baby.
Now, the Marlins won.
Yes, they did. 2 out of
And
3.
I got to tell you, that was not the entertainment.
Okay.
The entertainment was the interview afterwards when they interviewed Josh Bell.
You mean like the walk-off interview? Like he did an interview with Kelly?
Yes, because
why was it so entertaining?
He's borderline Patrick Mahomes.
What?
Yes. And it caught me, dude, it caught me off guard.
Yeah, I tell you, I don't know what Josh Bell sounds like. I've seen him. He's done nothing but matches.
You know what he looks like.
I know what he looks like. I know what he looks like.
Honestly, I didn't even know what he looked like.
I know what he looks like. He hit 2
home runs from. Guess what? I was at a. How about this? I was at a game where Carlos Baerga hit a home run from both sides of the plate in the same inning.
He became the first Marlin, I think, to hit a home run from both sides of the plate yesterday. He had a monster 3-run blast that tied it up, and then Brian De La Cruz gave him the lead. But no, you know what? Even in his short time with the Fish, I have not.
You know what he looks like, though. You know what he looks like.
I know what he looks like.
Marcos, you got this sound?
It's a 10-minute file, so I'm still kind of
10-minute file.
I gotta cut it down.
All right, we'll cut it down. We'll take a break. We'll regather ourselves and back with more Tobin and Leroy after this.
Bell's already lifted off this afternoon. The first pitch to him is swung on, hit high in the air, deep right center field. Friedel's back. It's gone. A game-tying 3-run bomb for Josh Bell. Here in the top of the 8th inning, it's 4-4.
There you go. Yesterday, Marlins Radio Network with the call. Josh Bell, ding dong. Bring it in for the Marlins. Leroy, very excited because he was taken aback. Where did you first hear Josh Bell? Like, are you watching the game live when this happened?
So I was on Twitter, like maybe an hour after the game, and I saw it on Twitter, and I was like, "Ooh, not what I was expecting."
Like, oof. What do you mean, oof?
Oof.
You got it, Marcos?
Yep. Here we go.
Thanks, Guy. Well, what a day for this guy right here. 4 RBIs, 2 home runs for the first time in your career. You go yard from both sides of the plate. Just how satisfied are you with the damage that you did offensively, and how much does it mean to you to come up big for your team? Help them win the series.
No, I've been waiting for that moment for a long time. I've had multi-homer games from left and from right, but to do one from each side, I haven't done it since I was 11 years old. So pumped to get the win first and foremost, but to be able to do that in a big league game, finally cross that off the bucket list.
That's what
Right? I mean, you loses something. I don't know if you get it quite fully because, you know, of the
you can't see him.
Josh Bell.
Right. You got to know what Josh Bell looks like.
He's from Texas. That's why. Okay. It's like, I was like, yeah, kind of Southern. I hear it.
Hey,
I'll hear it.
Dude, if they would have said that was Jason Bourne, I would have been oh yeah, that sounds like him.
I think in dynasties, I always say you got to win 3. Our job is to do whatever we can.
To you to come up big for your team. Help them win the series.
No, I've been waiting for that moment for a long time.
We can look back at the end of our games.
That's
from
not
left
close
and
to
from
Mahomes,
right, but to
though.
do
Like, he's honestly got kind of like a narrator voice. Like if he was doing,
he sounds like he's the announcer.
He kind of he
sounds like he's the announcer for the game.
Josh got a good voice. I feel like it's kind of like it's a deep voice. Like he could be a narrator or something like that.
What?
Like he could be a narrator
of what?
Texas tourism.
What?
We got Boone Steakhouse right there, and best T-bone ribeyes you'll ever have down here. Of course, over here is where we put the steer, to sleep.
Help them win the series.
No, I've been waiting for that moment for a long time.
It just sounded like
you were just mostly shocked.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, like, and it's maybe it's all right. We see people and we think that a certain voice should come from that person. And when it doesn't, right?
What voice did you think he was supposed to have?
What do you think he was
supposed to sound like, huh?
Not like a Texas narrator. Right? Like
I've had multi-homer games from left and from right, but
so you're saying are you saying it sounds intangibles?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Wow.
In other words.
Wow.
Yes. He sounds like an oil tycoon.
If that's what you say, that's what you say,
Like, he's like, wait. He's supposed to be my boy. You see how he's backing away?
Yeah, that's what you said. That's how you feel. Nothing different about the voice to me.
That's how you feel.
Sounds like Josh Bell is supposed to sound. Sounds like Josh Bell.
To do one from each side, I haven't done it since I was 11 years old. So pumped to get the win first and foremost, but to be able to do that in a big league game.
All I'm saying is,
bucket list.
I get what you're saying.
You can't tell me it didn't catch you off guard.
Maybe I don't know.
That's it. That's it, Sandman. Sandman. He sounds like Kenny Powers.
I've been watching a lot of the Righteous Gemstones, so I've been seeing Danny McBride.
I don't know why. Prior to yesterday, I thought Josh Bell looked like Heath Bell.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yesterday, I was like,
you thought all Bells look alike?
I guess I did.
No, he's been great. I mean, his numbers since he got here, he's been tremendous. Much needed series win for the Marlins, and they get it done. Even though Jazz got them all sensitive.
Somebody said Leroy with the Tobin takedown defense when it comes to being racially boxed in. Hey, Like, come on.
What?
Like, nobody's. Oh, Leroy Clears never heard Darius Rucker speak. Who, Hootie? Yes, I have.
Hootie.
Yeah, but the problem is that
Well, you've heard
I
him
know
sing
he sings
before,
country music.
Yeah, you've heard him sing before you heard him speak.
Right. So if he's singing country music, you expect a certain country voice.
And even before country music, he was doing alt rock. Like,
right.
I don't know what I'm the most famous Dolphin fan. Numero uno. He loves the Dolphins.
Didn't he sleep on Marino's couch?
Yeah, he slept on Marino's couch.
Wow, you couldn't get him a bed? You couldn't get Hootie a bed?
I imagine Marino had a nice couch. I imagine like it was like a guest
I
house.
imagine he got a nice house with a room with a bed in it.
Yeah, a guest room at least.
Right.
Interesting.
He ain't living in a hut.
I know. You figure
You
like
think he's living in a 2-bedroom?
You feel like if you're gonna make a music video cameo, he should be allowed to get a bed.
Yeah. I'm sure he's got a room with a bathroom and everything.
And plus, like 90s, I picture Marino having like a lot of gold in his mansion, you know, really like really rich looking, like a fountain somewhere.
I just picture him with a closet full of gloves.
This house, Hootie, this is built on isotoner money.
Now I'm thinking, who's the most famous Dolphins fans?
It's him. No, it's definitely him.
I say him. I know you mentioned Josh Gad one time was a Dolphins fan.
Josh Gad is famous, but like I don't think you can be more famous than Hootie if your most famous role is a snowman.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. The best snowman, though.
The best snowman. I agree. I mean, that's bar none, but I don't think he gets to pass Hootie. He's up there, though.
I can't believe that I can make Tobin feel uncomfortable with a little.
I'm not uncomfortable. You feel how you want to feel, dude. If you feel like Josh Bell's voice.
Well, I mean, you did backstep quicker than Deion Sanders.
Texas two-step in honor of Josh Bell. That's my guy right there.
I got family in Texas. They don't sound like that. Well, I guess that's
but Texas
hard to get that when you're from New Orleans. Let me say that.
Yeah, it's different because it's like it's so many. It's also a state that's really big, so I think people just sound different.
I figured that he went to the parking lot, got on his horse, and came on back to Davie.
Let me just tell you
something.
That's what I'm
picturing.
Florida's a big state. People sound different down here than they do in a Popka.
Oh, what? Oh goodness. Yeah, that's true. Go up to that panhandle.
Steve says, can't be a super fan if you still refer to him as Hootie when that's not his actual name.
It's Darius Rucker.
We know who he
come on. And does everybody wait? I'm not alone here. Did everybody not think that was Hootie?
When Josh Bell spoke?
No. Hootie and the Blowfish.
Oh, you thought that was his name?
Yeah. The lead singer.
No.
I think
is he not Hootie?
He's not Hootie.
Who's Hootie?
I think Hootie is like
Hootie?
I believe it's named after his like college roommates. One of them was like a four eyes. I remember the origin of this. Like one of them looked like a blowfish, and one of them like had four eyes, and they called him an owl, so they called him Hootie.
What the hell?
Hootie and the blowfish.
Are they even in the band?
No, I don't think they were.
Inspired by
my God.
college buddies. One wore huge round glasses that made him look like an owl, and the other had big puffy cheeks that made him look like a blowfish.
Give me a point right there.
But they weren't even.
Point for Tobin.
So
I love band.
is that, you know what? That's like Pink Floyd. Right?
Wait, why? Is there
You
no
just thought
Floyd?
you thought that had to be Floyd?
Because he thought there was a Floyd
my
somewhere.
God, there's
I
no
thought
Floyd.
somebody in that group's name was Pink Floyd. Damn it. Why would not?
Tex Edgy says, hope Waddle isn't hurt too bad. Yeah, me neither.
I would say this. In camp, you get various like tweaks and stuff like that you don't even play with it, right? You don't fight through it or nothing.
I wouldn't play with it.
No, I'm saying you just don't, because the big picture is you're getting ready for the regular season. So if you tweak something like that before you make it worse, you just shut it down. So I'm hoping that's what it is. We don't know for sure. I'm hoping that's what it is, because it wasn't a situation like Burrow, where
he had like a tough catch and fell on his side, I think.
Right. So it's not a leg thing. my guess, hip pointer.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna tell you like this: they're very painful, but you can get through that pretty good. They don't like linger.
We know Waddle's fast. We don't need him out there right now.
So yeah,
He wasn't gonna play tomorrow anyway.
huh?
He wasn't gonna play tomorrow anyway.
No,
Nah, come on.
I
It's
mean,
got Mike White, Skylar Thompson with.
I would say this: if you
with,
practice
Zucama.
against that team all week, there's really no need to play in the preseason game.
No,
And
they're not. Nobody's
I've actually changed my thought process on this because of the importance they put on these scrimmages against these other teams, and then you play them. I think you practice with your starters during the week and get that, you get that work in that way. And
I have no interest in seeing Waddle to Tyreek or Armstead out.
Well, because again, and then when you get to the game, that's your opportunity to see other guys in game, situations. So,
I think it sounds like we got ourselves a little backup QB showdown. I'm kind of into it.
Really?
Little showdown, baby.
Really?
Let's see who the better man is.
Really? Will you
What?
Stop? Will you stop?
Why are you saying stop?
Will you stop?
Why?
You're getting excited for the backup quarterback?
Hey, it's the first preseason game, so you're already going in with low expectations. But if I got a little job showdown, that's fun.
Not really. You already know who's going to be the backup.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm not so sure.
The guy who got the 2-year guarantee contract. You ain't throwing money away, dude.
You're just gonna let Skylar Thompson walk after last year? I mean, he knows the offense.
No, but that's an interesting dilemma. But
Exactly.
you brought in a guy. You brought in a guy and paid him guaranteed money.
Something about these local backup
So
QBs.
what do you do? No, you tell. No. Let's discuss this because I'm looking at it from the reality standpoint. That so even if Skylar Thompson outplays Mike White,
yeah,
right? You got a guy that you gave a guaranteed contract to. What do?
Go with the better QB
and just eat it?
Yeah. What's he make?
Clearly, it's not your money.
It's not my money,
right? But I'm trying to you understand what I'm saying, though?
I understand what you're saying, but I don't think it's not like he's making.
It happens all the time, man.
Yeah,
that's the reality of it. That's the reality of it.
I'm with you. But if he's getting, what if he gets severely outdueled?
And then that means you probably shouldn't have gave him $4.5 million.
Damage is done there, though.
Right. So what do you do? You just eat that money?
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out. I mean, listen, maybe Mike White shines when the lights are bright on a first.
I'm just saying that when you bring here, if you had that much faith, and I'm not saying this to be true or not. I'm just looking at it through my perspective on paying guys money, right? If you had that much confidence in Skylar Thompson, why would you bring in a quarterback and pay him 2 or 3 times as much as Skylar to back up?
Skylar's a 7th-round pick. He's on the cheap skis. I don't understand. Why do you have to pay Skylar Thompson?
Because why would you pay that money if you have that much faith in Skylar Thompson?
I mean, listen, it's Skylar Thompson. I'm not saying this guy is.
I'm not Mike White.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's not. It's not. I wouldn't be. That's why you have a competition. It's all right. Let's see who can back up Tua.
But if they thought Skylar Thompson was that guy, why would they go out and spend $4.5 million on another quarterback? Is my question.
They thought he was that guy, but I don't know if they. It's not like Mike White's making $10 million guaranteed.
Oh, okay, but that money adds up, dude.
All right, dude.
Yeah, but guaranteed money to be sitting on the bench.
Yeah, Mike McDaniel's saying it's a battle.
Okay,
he's not putting a pin in it.
No, I'm not. I got it, but I'm saying that
I would
the
say
financials of it play a role in this.
I would say he's likely the favorite to get the backup job, Mike White. I would say he's the favorite to get it because of what you're saying.
My thing is, if they had that much faith in Skylar Thompson, they wouldn't even sign Mike White. They would have just brought in another young guy.
But why? Okay, but why would you have that much faith in Skylar Thompson?
No, I'm not saying they should. I'm just saying based on their actions, they're telling you what they think of Skylar Thompson.
Dead South puts it right where he just says, this is frivolous quibbling. Not just quibbling, but frivolous quibbling.
Frivolous. Did he spell frivolous right?
Of course.
All right.
He's a wordsman, a wordsmith.
All right. By the way,
You mess up wordsmith?
you wasn't here. You wasn't here yesterday.
4?
Your boy went crazy with the gaming.
No, it wasn't that good. Family 4-packs.
How many more tickets do we have to give
We
away?
got one more 4-pack.
That's it?
Yeah, we gave away 2 yesterday.
All
We
right.
gave away 2 yesterday.
Big day.
Sounds good. All right, we'll take a quick break. Dada 5000, by the way, going to visit us
Ooh,
today.
I saw that.
He is
The
stopping by.
Trigon.
The Trigon makes its return tonight, and you know what my favorite part about Dade South. My favorite part about Dada 5000 when he visits is he has that giant ass truck that comes and visits.
Oh, nice.
Enjoy that, Citadel. Back after this.
We're one day
Been blowing through the money like a growing trees. I've been on a French, say la vie. I just put them on a jet, now they all Italian.
Welcome back, Tobin and Leroy. Taking you up until 2 here on the show. Hope everybody's doing good out there. For everybody there in Palm Beach, good luck to your kids back at school. Well, do you guys know when Dade starts? Does anybody have any ideas? Is it next week?
It is indeed.
It's next week?
I don't know. I made it up.
I always feel like it's around the 20th.
I know that, like, I always feel like Palm Beach is the first one to go back. So I know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably
What's up with
Broward.
the Thursday thing, though? I don't understand this whole start on a Thursday thing.
I don't, because you don't want to know. I think the whole point of it is like the first couple days of school are bowl bleep anyway, because you're just getting your stuff in and all that. So I think that's the whole purpose of it. It's just like, what are we gonna waste
a couple next week? I realize
is it?
Date is next Thursday, the 17th.
There you go.
What's up with that?
Yeah, I think it's because it's like you meet the teacher. That's where I
Yeah.
was yesterday. I was meeting the teacher, gets his room settled, get all that figured out, and then like Thursday, what are you doing? Like you're gonna learn. Come on,
Man.
it's a Thursday.
Who's the teacher that gives homework first day? Ever had one of those?
Oh,
like,
I've had.
gotta let's really establish what's gonna happen this year. Homework first day.
I actually liked it. It's funny. My son last year, his first grade teacher, she's like, I don't believe in homework.
Oh,
I was like,
now
wow,
we're talking.
Well, I'm still giving it to you. I was like, oh,
okay.
She goes, but I never check it. You guys just like, just kind of like keep his mind first. I think it's good. I think it's like you go home,
First grade.
Have some cookies. Yeah, you gotta learn adding, dude.
True. That's actually vital now I think about it.
Yeah,
that's really where you need to learn. All the calculus and all that other stuff.
That's a bunch of mumbo jumbo.
Yeah, but adding, this is boring.
Yeah, it's not important. You know what I did yesterday though? I did something vitally important.
Ooh.
Vitally important.
Wow, what's that?
Which was I watched Miami Pro League on NBA.com.
Goosies.
And let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Time of my life.
Wow.
Because it was Bam Adebayo.
Better than Summer League?
In some ways.
Wow.
In some ways it was.
Nice.
Because I'm jonesing for basketball. I'm jonesing for, rumors, fodder, anything.
What day are we on? Do you remember?
I think 40.
Jeez.
I think 40. I have to go check Clutch's Twitter, see what he's got. He's got the count on it. Which shout out to him. He got picked up by SportsCenter.
I saw that.
He's been keeping the tally. But yeah, it was. You see, I wasn't gonna watch because it's like, oh, Bam, he always does the Miami Pro League. That's like a thing. And I want to get down there one time. I think it ends this Friday, so I'm not gonna make it down this year. But I want to make it down next year for one of these. But the thing that was intriguing about it, Jaime Jaquez Jr. was playing.
I saw that.
And he was playing against Bam. So he had Heat v Heat. And that, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
My fancy was tickled.
Nice. And they matched up too. It wasn't like they were just like hovering around each other.
I wouldn't say that Bam and him were like ISOing each other. I wouldn't say that. I mean, like, look, it's the Miami Pro League. Lot of alley-oops and fast breaks, dude.
Gotcha.
Lot of alley-oops and fast breaks. Still entertaining. I mean, they do some cool. John Wall was playing. John Wall snatched Jaime Jaquez's ankles. He just missed the shot.
Oh, okay. Well, you missed the shot.
Snatched it.
Good defense.
Well,
you missed the shot. Good defense.
I mean, fair. Fair. It goes down as a miss.
That's the same
It's a
thing.
make or miss league.
The cornerbacks, every time the guy drops the ball.
I will say the one thing that threw me a little bit, a lot of slipping on the floor by the end of it. I don't want Bam to play on that court again.
I do not.
I'm very nervous about that. There was a lot of people. Jaime Jaquez slipped, and I was like, because two things could happen. One, we can't trade him to Portland. And two, he won't play for the Heat. So I do appreciate the MC though, because I love it's kind of got like a pickup basketball feel. So you have just the guy doing play-by-play, and he's just like, oh, yeah, that's just the guy doing play. But he's just like, Heat practices are going to be intense. I'm like, good on you, dude. You're making any Portland jokes,
Nice.
Although he did keep calling him Jaimes. I don't know if that's like his, that's his nickname now or whatever, but
he just combined.
Yeah, that's
just combined them,
both
dude.
names.
But I gotta tell you, this Jaquez, something to him. That's all I'll say. What?
Now you don't want to trade him.
No, he does.
I mean,
He
like,
kinda
listen,
said it.
if a push came to a shove and a shove came to a push, I could be pushed. I'm just saying, he was impressive.
Let me ask you a question. If you can only keep one, Jaquez or Jović?
Jović, dude. Okay. Jović is after my heart.
I'm with you there.
This is how sick I was yesterday, dude. This is how sick I am for basketball. I wasted time I won't say wasted. I spent time because it didn't feel like wasted after I did it, JFig.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Serbia versus Italy YouTube highlights of Nikola Jović. And let me just tell you something. Kid's got it.
Really? I've been saying that for oh my
Kid's
goodness. You wanted to package him with a Nestle ho-ho and send him on his way.
I don't if you want to tell me who were you more impressed with, Tobin? Were you more impressed with Jaime Jaquez, and his performance, or Jović? I'm gonna go Jović. I'm gonna go a leading scorer, nearly rallied his team back. He's a child. Nearly beat the Italians yesterday.
It's amazing that I've said these same things for the last 6 months, and you were ready to package him with some barbecue potato chips.
I'm not ready to listen. If it means
you
game,
were
got to give to get, but it's making it harder by the day.
So, by the way, can I just say this? My wife is a child. So she just got out of the hospital. She has to stay at home. A nurse comes over every day to change her bandage, right? And we took her keys because she wants. She goes, "Oh, I can drive." No, you can't. No, I can drive. Give me a doctor's slip. He said people work. No, it's a constant. It's worse than dealing with a child.
Sorry,
she won't sit still.
Didn't you mention after giving birth, she was walking down the street?
No, dude. This is a true story, and I'm still so. We've been in the hospital for a couple of days. I was leaving the hospital and bringing Fonz to school, and then going back to the hospital. So we're in Boca. We live in Sunrise. So I'm driving back and forth every morning. So finally, time for the baby to come home. I go pick up beautiful Rebecca and Mel, and I left my driver's license. So I had to go all the way back home and then come back, right? I do that. We get home, have a nice sleep. Marcos, what'd you do the first night? Just stare, go, wow, this is unbelievable. That's all I did. I was like, this is incredible. I did this, right? So the doctor said, don't do nothing, chill, stay out of the sun, don't drive. That's it, all that. So I call, I was out doing something, and I call. I say, hey, what are you doing? I hear cars in the background. She goes, I'm walking to the mall. We got home on Thursday. This was Friday.
True.
She said, I couldn't sit still. I'm walking to the mall. I'm like, with who?
It's probably where you guys have your soul connection. It's like a couple grinders who don't like to stop for injury.
No, but
true,
no, dude. But doctors said stay your butt at home.
You didn't listen to doctors. You wanted to get both thumbs fused.
Oh no, but I listened.
Did listen.
I listened.
Oh, he listened to the
eventually after weeks of debate.
Yeah,
right, dude. I wanted to just go ahead on and knock them out. Now I have questions whether I'm like, you know what? I'm pretty good with this other thumb. It's not that bad. It's not that bad, dude. It's not that bad.
Our boy Christos is boots on the ground, and I guess in Serbia. Maybe Greece. I don't know where this game took place. I guess. He is Greece. He is from Greece. He is Greek. So I don't know. The point is, he caught up with Nikola Jović, and Jović, he made it clear because he asked him about the Lillard rumors. That's a journalist, Christos, Greek Woj, and Jović. This is courtesy of SDNA Greece. Doesn't want to be traded. Wants to stay in Miami. Here's Nikola.
Okay, who's pressing the button?
I'm pressing the button. It's like trying to open a car.
How you try to stay locked in Serbian national team? It's basketball now, rather than somewhere else or in Miami. I feel like I got a lot more to learn. Of course, I would love to be in Miami. Those guys are great, and they helped me a lot, and I would really love to stay with them and continue to grow in basketball and as a person, because they're unbelievable. What happens. That's all. I hope I stay. That's all.
That kid wants to stay in Miami.
Yeah.
See the twinkle in his eye there?
Yeah.
And I like his voice.
I think that's just the twinkle in your eye.
Right,
No,
dude. No, but here's
Still
the thing.
permanent,
Here's
dude.
the thing. Here's the thing. If Woj says Damian Lillard update, he won't give a rat's ass about Jović.
No,
Like,
it's not
come on,
true, dude.
stop being
It's
a
not
fraud.
true. It's not true.
You are.
I mean,
Dude,
listen, he's speaking sweet nothing.
do you understand the three people you're sitting here with doing this show with? We know.
Guy's gonna be such.
We are familiar with your work.
He'd be such.
There it is.
Next year, Jović and Bam in the front court.
Look at that. You basically put all the white guys in a cup and you weren't ready to get rid of them.
Not that white guy.
No. Well, you already poured. What you gonna do?
That was last year, dude. That was for KD.
Oh, that was last year. This is
I don't
new
know.
year.
He's making
Wait,
it hard.
Wait, can I say
I'm a little-
something? Can I say something? The whole time this has been going on, I have been saying how much I wanted to keep Jović.
Mm-hmm.
And you have just dismissed me. And now all of a sudden,
Well, listen. I mean, you didn't see Serbia
make up your
versus
damn
Italy.
mind.
You didn't see Serbia versus Italy, dude.
I didn't have to. I told you I didn't have to. When you see all these Europeans coming over here and playing, and you see the skill set that he has, you don't think that can help the Heat?
I mean, and he wants to stay. I mean, he's just.
No, I don't care about that.
Oh, I do. It means something.
Really?
Yeah, because he's gonna be like.
What about
you know,
Tyler? Tyler wants to stay too.
Well, he's had a good run.
Please, Mark.
There has to be a button we can push to stop this. Like,
What?
-1 doesn't do this justice.
I
It
do.
doesn't.
Might be
Are
Monty
you serious?
Williams,
Are you
for kidding
serious
everyone.
right now?
I'm not the what?
Dude, this behavior right here is fraudulent.
When Tyler Hero goes and lights up Italy, call me.
I think there's a bigger problem here we're not addressing.
What's that?
You chose to spend your Wednesday night watching Miami Pro League and Serbian basketball.
I know. You're telling me, dude.
You're sick, dude.
But the Pro League, that's intriguing. Hockey and UD was there. UD was
Yeah, he
courtside,
was.
and UD was chatting it up with Jaquez and Bam. Now this could be something. Could be nothing.
Why would they do that?
But he posted afterwards. He posted Jaquez with him and Bam, and just put #culture. Does that mean he's not going anywhere?
Oh my goodness. Dude, we need.
I don't know.
Why would they do
Wait. We need some sports to happen.
What do you mean, dude?
Because you can't be left to your own device. We need something important in sports to happen.
Tell you
Like,
what, that Jaquez
there's no
talks real-
sports today.
He talks
So
a
you're
little
going to do more of this.
No. I promise. I'm not going to dwell on this too much. It's just like, look,
Really?
it was an exciting night of hoops.
Dude,
Miami Pro League, dude.
right now, if anybody can tell, I'm looking at you in sheer disgust. Because now all of a sudden you're saying all the things that I've said for the last 3 months about Jović. And you dismiss me every time.
I just said you got to give to get.
And now you don't.
And then, some developments happened. You should have seen him against Italy. And
I didn't have to see him.
You
That's
should've.
my point.
And then he's on the record with Christos saying he doesn't want to leave.
Who wants to leave Miami, dude?
I know. Did you see the look in his eye? Like,
Have you ever seen anybody say, you know what? I've lived in Miami. I want out.
I could see him, like the twinkle in his eye. That's a twinkle of seeing Astron.
That's the twinkling.
What?
That's what that is, dude.
At 19?
That's not wanting to leave the cheeks.
At 19?
Oh, no way, dude.
Look at it. He got that look. He's like, man, there's booties everywhere. I don't want to leave Miami.
What are they?
But look at it. He's trying to give the proper answer, but we know.
Look. He does a little look away.
Yeah.
Little twinkle. All right, take a quick break. Hour two. Mike McDaniel, not pleased. That's next.
Hey.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Two other program. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Taking you up until 2 o'clock here on the program. Let's get to our headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
What are you drinking?
Green juice.
Excuse me?
Hey,
No.
Yeah, what's in that green juice? Let me see that green juice.
No. Hold on. Leroy. What the hell is that? What the hell is green juice?
Turn it around.
It's just
No,
like,
that's
it's Evian water. It's
But, like, what'd you put in there?
It just got vitamins and stuff.
That's gross.
Nah, you're making stuff
Nah,
up.
what, do you,
It doesn't taste bad.
you drinking kale? You a kale? You a sea otter?
Kale, Leroy?
That's basically salad in a cup.
What you got? You got arugula in there?
Getting soft.
No.
You are
You got
getting
arugula.
soft,
That's an
dude.
arugula shake, dude.
That's a liquid salad.
No. Hey, Leroy and salad don't go well unless it's potato salad,
look at it.
macaroni salad.
The hell is that thing right there? I don't know. I don't like this. So Mike McDaniel, not like, would you say this is the most perturbed you've heard him in a while? Like, he did not seem, doesn't seem, it's Mike McDaniel level of angry. Like, let's be real about it. But do you know what he did yesterday? Did you guys hear what he did?
No.
You guys hear what he did?
No.
What did he do?
No orange jersey at joint practice.
What?
Nope.
What?
Was not pleased with the first joint practice.
Wow.
He took away the orange jersey.
Damn.
Nobody got it.
So no music.
A lot of times, though, listen, I'm gonna let you behind the curtain. A lot of times, if you do that in joint practices, that's the guy they pick on. So sometimes you just don't do it for joint practices.
Yeah, they did it for day one.
You find a reason to find a way to not do it.
Nah, they did it for day one.
Okay.
They took it away.
Okay.
Took it away.
Okay.
I mean, that's plausible deniability that you're saying right there. It's a good
Yeah.
excuse for Mike McDaniel if he's listening. But
I'm just telling you, that's how it works.
here was Mike McDaniel. Now this is he's not going to speak today because I don't think they practice. But here is this was his thoughts on the first joint practice. Not thrilled, and apparently things still kind of uneven there.
Nobody wants to jump off sides, and like we couldn't have emphasized it more this offseason in terms of this is what it is. The facts are the facts. You're the worst. I'm the worst. Like, that's what it is. So every time we jump, we false start. Like, yeah, that's everyone's like, it's not something that people are very comfortable with or pumped about. The point is to figure out the whys behind it, but we're very aware that, we're on the heels of being the worst. So that's not acceptable. We'll continue to work through it.
Yeah, it's not
happening. Can I just tell you why this happens?
With the penalties?
A lot of people don't understand, but let me explain to you how this happens and why it happens in joint practices. You ready? Mm-hmm. It is the first time you hear a different voice calling a cadence. And you get accustomed to, say, for example, how Tua calls it or how Mike White calls it or how Skylar calls it. And so the hard count, you can hear it, because you're with it every day. The first time you hear somebody else make calls with the ramped up intensity, a lot of times in these situations, you get a lot of guys jumping off sides. So I get Mike's right, because
I don't think he's specifically just mentioning like offsides though as like a joint practicing. Like I think that they know it's been a point of emphasis for everything because they were last in penalties last year. Like
Right.
they need to get that fixed.
Right. So you got to make a big deal out of it now. And that's basically what he's doing in his own Mike McDaniel way.
Here's a little bit more of McCoachin on the practice that they had. It's kind of, I don't want to call it a rant, but kind of a McDaniel rant.
If the goal is, average, then I was super pumped. I really like joint practices for the sake of, I want everyone's best effort. The tricky thing about it is, and as I've learned over the course of my career, so what if the offense had the greatest practice in the history of all practices? Or the opposite happens. It's the worst practice. What does that mean for today? And that's kind of my point, is there was stuff that irritated me. There's stuff that pumped me up. We did physically strain through some heat against a new opponent. The main focus to me was that practice purposeful? How do you make it purposeful? Your approach today, and it's not the same mistakes. That we have procedural penalties. I'm hoping to not have any today. If we have some, as long as it's not the guys that did it the day before, I can work with that. It's when yesterday was a waste, then it's a bigger issue. So, I was happy that we worked, for where we're trying to go. I shouldn't be really happy with any practice in terms of we're good. It's not like that. Last year Philly is a great example. We practiced against Philly, and that was the first time offensively.
Is he still talking about offsides? Damn, Mike!
All 11 people executing simultaneously, and no one scores a practice. But if you guys were to say, "Hey, they won that day," it wouldn't sound crazy.
We need to put his ass on the shot clock.
The Eagles went to the Super Bowl. We did not. But that was a very important practice for us because it was the first time that we clicked, I thought, and it led into the first drive of the preseason game. So yesterday, I like the fact that guys were straining and very annoyed at the result. That means we're in a good spot. I'm going to just keep going for the next half an hour. And so anyway, about today's practice is more important than last.
Huh. Mm-hmm.
What? What? Dude!
He's incredible.
Hey.
Ricardo puts it well when he says Mike McDaniel's mind thinks so fast that he can't get the words out on time.
Yes, but here's the deal. I think I need to be in concussion protocol because I'm concussed right now.
That was an essay.
Well,
what?
Well, maybe this will make you feel better.
Oh.
That's not Mike McDaniel's way.
Our coach was born a rambling man. Doesn't really matter, he has the best game plans. He draws up plays and he's scheming, the D can't understand. He's our genius rambling man.
Don't lose.
He believed the two were tongues of Iowa. Had Waddle and Cheetah who could run.
What would Socrates say to that?
And after decades of 3 yards and a cloud of dust, the Dolphins were finally fun.
Attaboy.
Our coach was born a rambling man.
I'm happy and upset.
Doesn't really matter, he has the best game plans. He draws up plays and he's scheming. The D can't understand.
What?
He's a genius rambling man.
Clock, 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 clock.
You check your pulse if you're not fired up.
Check your pulse, Leroy.
Wow.
Dude,
What?
y'all might have to hit me with the paddles. Clear.
Goosies galore.
Dude,
Is that what you
Hey.
your time doing yesterday?
Part of
wait,
it.
Goosies.
but I promise you, you knew when you played that cut.
Hmm?
Because when you listened to it, you had to go, oh boy. Oh boy.
Just wouldn't stop.
Oh my goodness. He
Yeah.
starts talking about something and he always feels that he's missing something. So he keeps going.
Amazing.
I wonder how they're looking at
on us, guys.
I wonder how they were looking at him when he's answering these questions. Are they like looking at, because I wouldn't be able to contain myself.
Take a quick break. Back with more to this.
Coming to you
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. It's fun talking some Dolphins and giving you a training camp update there, which was brought to you by Miami-Dade County Public Schools Technical Colleges. Enroll today in one of their over 60 Miami-Dade County Public Schools Technical Colleges affordable training programs and get fast-tracked to a financially rewarding career in 1 to 2 years. Convenient day and evening classes give you the flexibility you need while you learn. Go to careerinayear.com and get there. Very excited to have our next guest in studio. You guys know we love the fight game here on this program. We just were in Las Vegas for Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence for his for that tremendous performance. But our guy, a guy who, you know, from down here right in Miami and is the godfather of the backyard brawls, Dada 5000 joining us here on the program in studio. Dada, how are you, man?
Hey, listen, Brendan, I'm blessed and it's an honor to be here. You know, to talk about what we got coming up this evening, tonight.
What do you got coming up tonight, man?
This is Brawl in the Pines, right? And we're South Florida's oldest bare knuckle based promotion, you know, and it's a dream come true, you know, to be in a position to watch this thing grow from the backyard to the world stage, city to city, state to state, out of the country, overseas. Tonight, we bring bare knuckle back home right here in Pembroke Pines, BYB 19.
We were talking to your guy Mike. We were on our way to Vegas, and he was telling us that bare knuckle is it's national now. Like it's no longer, or they're trying to get to a point where it's no longer outlawed in any of the states. Like, could you imagine that years ago when you're making Dawg Fight and you guys are doing this taboo thing, and you know you have to put up the tarps at the fences and all that. That now this is so mainstream, Dada. That something that you basically birthed, one of the pioneers of this. Now this has become this thing that nationally everybody can do to make money.
Exactly. You know, I always say, you know, Brendan, creative minds never take a day off, right? So I've always been working on the next big thing, or what am I going to do next to wow the crowd? We're only as good as our last time out, right? And yes, bare knuckle is legal inside all 50 states. And it's about time, because before the gloves were ever on, they were off, right? Before boxing became what it is, you know, it was bare knuckle, you know, and now history repeats itself and we're back. And it's one of the most purest, exciting sports on the planet.
It's Leroy, we've gone to the Trigon before. Like,
yes, we have.
Like, that thing has got such a viciousness to it because there's nowhere to run. Like, that's the thing that's crazy about it, Dada. You go into these things, there's you like it's just meant for conflict, like at all points. Like, has anybody ever like said like don't do the Trigon, like you know, do something like it's a little bit crazy, or did it always envision like we're gonna, when we take this thing big, BYB, it was always going to be with the Trigon in that area, so it's always close quarters?
100%. You know, and for anybody that knows me, they know the hairstyle that I've been wearing ever since I came into the game. These are upside down triangles. So it just shows how long I've been fixated over the power of the triangle. When you talk about astrology, numerology, stuff like that, the triangle is one of the most talked about, sought after, you know, topics. It's the most popular shape on the planet.
I do. I like an isosceles. That's like, I think that's
what?
Isosceles. Isosceles got the you know, it's got that. I love that.
Isosceles, dude.
Dude, that's true. I'm telling you. Was there any any shenanigans going down yesterday, Dada, at the way?
Yes, 100%, you know, and I'm loving it, you know, and the fans are loving it, you know. It's always better when you legitimately have guys that don't set horses. They don't agree with each other, you know, and it's for real, you know, and I really want to go inside there and do something to you within the law, within the rules. And that's what these guys are going to show tonight. It's going to be real. It's going to be raw. It's going to be authentic, you know, and I just want the people that's in attendance, you know what I'm saying, to really appreciate not what we do, but how far we've come. And we're just getting started.
What's the matchup we should look forward to tonight?
Oh, wow. I would say Sam Liera, you know, versus Jose Fernandez, the GOAT. You know, he actually brought a real goat to the weigh-ins. I mean, they stopped him at the door, but we got the visual.
He said they stopped him at the door.
The thing was ready to chew on anything it could have get close to.
You can't trust goats, man. I was trying to tell this to be like people like, they're dangerous. Like you never know if they get a little aggressive. They're not, they look at you a little wrong. You never know if that goat's going to go sideways.
Here's a fun fact. If you would have gotten in the front of him like this, he would have rammed you back.
Yes.
And pushed you back. It's just something, I guess, that they're just bred to do. You get on all fours in the front of a goat, you're going to be in for the shock of your life.
I mean, really? Who? That ain't a thought that crossed my mind. Let me get in front of this goat and show him who's boss.
There's definitely, like Leroy, there's definitely some hillbilly that's tried that.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see if I can take him on.
Last time I saw a goat, it was goat yoga.
Is he allowed to bring the goat to the Trigon tonight? Can it walk into the ring?
I don't. If they didn't want to let him in, for various reasons yesterday, I would doubt if they would want to, take on the liability of what that goat could probably do.
We've seen, when we've gone to your events and seeing guys get emotional for their win, you give them an opportunity, they're really down. Does that give you the goosies? When you get that, when you're talking to them about just how this opportunity changed their life. We saw a dude crying one time because he just he felt like nobody cared about him. He got to showcase, and he's getting very emotional. What do those moments mean when you have those as a winner in BYB?
It means a lot because these individuals, they sacrifice so much to get here. And even when you talk about a training, it costs money, to prepare yourself the right way, and most of them, they don't have a lot. When I say they don't have a lot, they don't have a lot of options, so they figure out the one thing that they're pretty good at, and they just load up on that. And to see them make progress, and they really feel like, man, listen, for the first time in a long time, I feel good about myself. I could look in the mirror. Why? Because I'm a contributor now. I can pay a bill. I could do this. I could do that. And believe it or not, man, it's heartfelt, and it gets you.
You have is there still any plans for Dawg Fight 2 to come out? Is that still something that may happen? Because I know Dawg Fight, I was always waiting for it to come out. I was one of the most anticipated things to see your story finally go out there. Is there still an idea that you want that next chapter shown of you and the Kimbo fight and the building of this?
100%, because the last time I had spoke with Billy, and I keep in contact, with Nicole and so forth like that, and they had projects. COVID really pushed things back.
Yeah.
So now they're getting back on track. Dawg Fight is completed. They're supposed to drop the trailer in the next month.
Oh, so it's done.
Yeah, the movie's
done.
It's
done.
Yes.
All right.
So once they drop the trailer, that's going to get everybody all fired up again. Dawg Fight Round 1 was a classic, and I couldn't think of Dawg Fight Round 2 outdoing Dawg Fight 1, but yeah, Dawg Fight Round 2 is not. I'm gonna be. I'll go out on the limb and say, I don't think it's nothing that we could do that's going to be able to top Round 2.
Really?
Yeah.
You think it's better than the first?
Yeah.
Wow.
And the first
is great.
Yeah.
You know how excited I was about the first? I spent the first, whatever it was, $12, $14 to get it. Before it was on Netflix, anything. I was like, finally. Because I remember seeing the first profile of you at in Miami New Times about your story. I was like, oh, I got to see I want to see this on film. The stars, not only you were but the ladies who narrate and talk about, they were my favorites in the entire thing.
And R.I.P. to Miss Janice. A few of them are no longer here. They've transitioned on. But we did get some time to capture them. On Dawg Fight Round 2. And again, this is gonna be a treat. And they're gonna revise Dawg Fight Round 1. Because keep in mind, we filmed for hundreds of hours, possibly 1,000 hours in the making of this. The film was only 1 hour and 49 minutes. We only highlighted a few fighters.
Yeah.
We've done hundreds of fights back there. So, we have enough footage to make 7 or 8 dog fights, right? So revising 1 to put some never been seen before, clips inside there with an all new Round 2. And Billy was like, he's going to, drop them back to back. So, for the fans out there, they can make a weekend out of it.
You told me that there weren't many tickets left or that you guys do so, but if people do want to go, is it still possible to go tonight? Or
Of course, they could go to bybtickets.com or Ticketmaster, and I always say this, every fight will be a finish. Nothing in the Mighty Trigon, especially tonight, from what I've seen yesterday at the weigh-ins, is going to go the difference. And I've pretty much made a slogan when it comes down to bare knuckle. At BYB Extremes, when it comes to bare knuckle, we make the weekends. You know, even though this fight is on a Thursday, we're going to kick the weekend off right.
Kick it off right, man, before everybody's got to get back to school next week, you know? Get it on over. Dada, we always appreciate the time, man. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you guys for having me.
It's always a delight, man, and I can't wait for Dawg Fight too. That sounds like I can't wait.
Awesome.
I'm very much looking forward to that. We'll take a quick break. Back with more after this.
his property. We're damn good too. But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy.
They wouldn't let a guy bring a goat into a weigh-in.
Seems like the perfect place.
Yeah, really uptight this
Maybe they're
Florida,
just jealous of
Florida
his
Athletic
talent.
Commission.
Meanwhile, we can walk dogs in Publix.
Right, exactly. Exactly, dude.
Leroy's making a stand for the
Bringing
goats.
a goat, that's pretty metal, I gotta say.
Oh,
I like it.
So, can we get a weather update, Leroy, for the Mesman and Tobin
can.
Law Firm? Your accidentattorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
Heading over to the windowplex, looking out. It is partly cloudy. Winds are coming. It looks to be out of the. What is it? Damn clouds ain't moving. Let's say 5 to 10 miles an hour, and I'm just waiting for one of these clouds to move or see a plane or something. But I ain't got nothing. They ain't moving. So I'm gonna just go ahead on and assume they're coming out of the east, or because I haven't seen any planes. And it's about 90 degrees.
Sweltering, some would call it.
That's 90 degrees before 12 o'clock is a bit warm. Not as bad as 97 at 12 o'clock at night, though.
I was listening to Bradley Chubb yesterday, and he was, because it's his first training camp with the Dolphins. He was like, "Oof, hot,
Oh yeah,
hot, steamer."
Hot.
It's not fun. But like, I don't know, Leroy. Like the word is like, and I haven't been out to a practice. You know, we do the show right when they practice, so I my own peepers can't confirm. But like the word is, it hasn't. The Dolphins' offense hasn't looked impressive, and especially people are kind of like grumbling because like the Falcons sucked on defense last year. But like, I don't think it's a big deal. Do you? Like, it's so early.
Because here's the thing. Offense and defense are preparing differently. One of the things that you prepare for a defense is you want everybody on the same page. You want everybody going to the ball. You want reaction to the ball in the air and things like that. And it doesn't matter what offense you're faced with. If you see those things, it looks really good from the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, you got a lot of moving parts, right? You got protections, you got routes, you got adjustments, you got, check with me's and stuff like that. And it's all predicated a lot on the game plan and who you're playing. So anytime you just go out and run standard offense, it looks like the defense is ahead, when in actuality, it has more to do with the fact that you're not really game planning against that team. So I'm not as concerned as most are, simply because, look, I played on teams that we struggled all preseason as an offense and end up playing well. And then I played on the offense where, we dominated in the preseason and dominated against our defense and ended up having one of the best offenses ever. So
I'll never forget, like the Dolphins, it was the first year Sue was here. That defense in the preseason, oh my God. And they sucked.
Right. Because guess what? Because the offense goes, and Ndamukong Suh, let's take him out and make everybody else beat you. That's game planning.
It was crazy. But like, I guess I'm just under the impression, like I saw them work last year. Like, yeah, obviously, there's concern of like Eichenberg and just basically his Eichenbergness. But it sounds like he may be losing his gig anyway. So if like Isaiah Wynn takes his job, I'm cool with that. But we know that they're fast. There's a lot of speed.
Ball gets out of the quarterback's hand very quickly.
Very quickly.
The timing of that is what I would be most concerned with, right? But not seeing practice every day, I don't know where they are with that. And I'm bet you they're having extensive conversations on how we're going to protect everybody, how we're going to protect Tua, how we're going to run block, what plays are going to best fit this group we have in front of us. And you just kind of work through that during camp. So I like to expect after what they've been a week, 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
To expect after 2 weeks to just be there is like a little bit unfair. But I do believe that here's the one thing that I would worry about if I'm an outsider looking in without knowing anything. If we have an issue that was on the team last year and we struggled in this area and we start camp off by struggling in that same area, I would have a problem with that because that means not enough attention was paid to those issues.
We know they're paying attention to the penalties. I mean, Mike McDaniel went on for 4 minutes about it.
That was only 4 minutes. I thought, listen, Mike McDaniel started talking. I thought we were going to have to go to commercial break and then have him conclude on the other side.
It's like he almost blacked out just talking about the practice. Because you want to know why? Because here's the truth about it with Mike is he's not happy. And I don't think he knows how to express himself as not the positive guy. Like, I think like it might just be freeing for him to go a little fangs on us and just be like, not good. Like, you know,
it sometimes it gets to that point, right? But here's what I would say. I would say Mike McDaniel seems like the guy that behind closed doors, he's giving them the business. Because I remember this, like, I can tell you on one hand the amount of times that Denny has literally stopped practice and raised his voice.
Right.
Right? It wasn't his thing. So when everybody plays that clip of Denny Green, they are who we thought they were. That's very outside of what Denny Green does.
He must have been so disappointed.
So he must have. That was pissed. I've only seen that Denny Green probably 2 or 3 times. Whereas practice was going so bad that he literally stopped practice and said, "You got to be bleeping me."
Who were on the Cardinals at that team?
Huh?
I mean, who was that? Like a Carson Palmer's Cardinals? Like whose Cardinals were Denny Green's? I don't even remember.
Wait, didn't they have was that no, that was after they had Kurt Warner.
We know they had Larry Fitzgerald because they've always had Larry
Right.
Fitzgerald.
But that was after Kurt Warner, right?
They should probably just change their logo to Larry Fitzgerald.
He's a guy that kind of retired and just faded away, right? I don't see him doing nothing.
I don't see him doing anything either, right? Yeah.
Right.
When did he? But he didn't retire that long ago, right? Wasn't only like a couple of years ago.
3 years?
Has it been 3 years already for Larry Fitzgerald?
2-3 years? Yeah.
He said that he knew during the 2020 season that his playing days were coming to an end, so I think he retired right after that.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, he opted out of the 2021 season. Yeah, he was also involved in he was like a ball boy before, so he was like around football.
He was a ball boy with us.
Minnesota, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
What's his dad?
So his dad's a writer.
Yeah.
His dad's a beat writer.
That's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So he was around. Think about this. Larry Fitzgerald was around Chris Carter, Jake Reed, Randy Moss, Randall Cunningham, Warren Moon, right? Brad Johnson. That's who he got to play offense with.
It's like how Mike McDaniel starts it off with, well, if the goal was to be average, then I'm pumped.
Right? Like how do you so you already know that once he says that, oh boy, here we go.
If
right?
the goal is average, then I was super pumped. This is what it is. The facts are the facts. You're the worst.
Take it easy, Mike.
Yeah, but I'm still
I'm
trying
the
to
worst.
figure out who's he talking about as the worst.
I think
Is
he was just
randomly.
He was talking collectively about them this offseason with the penalty issues. He's like, these are the facts, everybody. You're the worst. And I'm the worst because they were the worst at penalties. Because listen, the young gurus, the young offensive gurus, they love the motion, you know? How many times were we seeing somebody last year? They not stopped, ball snapped, penalty. I mean, it was a frustrating thing. And that's on top of the fact that they did have a really fun offense last year.
Right.
Oh, man, there were a lot of plays where you're just like, damn it. But do you think there's a point where, because they've talked a lot about this being the second year of the offense, do you feel like there's almost a point where you don't want to overkill on it because you don't want guys playing tight?
Well, here's what happens. A lot of times mistakes come from being unsure, right?
Oh yeah, the unsure is useless.
And so I think as people get more confident in the offense and what they're doing, I think that will take care of itself. But I can't tell you. All I know is that, you know, I've seen guys that didn't know what to do and they just sit there or stand there or not do anything. And we used to have a coach that used to yell, "Do something," even if it's the wrong thing. So I don't know. Maybe it comes with being comfortable, being comfortable in what you're doing, how you're doing it, with the calls, with the plays or whatever. But then you go and look at the defense. They got a new defense.
I like how Dr. Toboggan says Mike McDaniel uses as many words as possible every time he opens his mouth. A word compiler.
So he's basically he's the Cal Ripken of interviews.
I mean, he's very impressive. That man can talk. Oh man! But why did you look at me like that, J-Fig? When what was that? You kind of gave me this side eye with the unsure. Why?
Hold on. But by the way,
to make that comment,
but the unsure are useless.
Yeah.
I mean,
J-Fig, what's the update?
Taylor?
Yeah, we've been living and dying with this. We need an update.
You know, my head still hurts from yesterday, and I have no tickets.
You know, I knew it was trouble when she walked in.
It is too soon, Tobin.
-1.
Brendan.
Now she got bad blood.
I had bad blood.
Point for
It's a fun game, right? It's a fun. I like this game.
Wait, hold on. You want to know why? Why this happened to me?
What?
Because it's August.
Wow, what?
That's also a song. I was trying to go with it.
Does she have a song called August?
Yes.
Surprising.
Oh, okay. I
Why
thought
would
that
you
was
write a song about August?
No, it's
Terrible month.
I understand why she do so. You know, one of the best artists, I always say.
Take a quick break. Back after this.
Want to see
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2. Still got a 4-pack to give away. One last family 4-pack for Friday's game as the Marlins take on the Yankees. They took 2 out of 3. Josh Bell with a couple of ding-dongs. 1 from each side of the plate. Leroy.
What's up?
Loves Josh Bell's voice. Loves it, dude.
By the way, I just got done with my Eli Apple.
Oh, man. An Eli Apple a day, dude.
Yep.
There you go.
Hopefully it'll keep the double move away.
Hopefully it'll keep him in his shoes. Keep him in his shoes. Do you think it's a sick thing that I was watching so much basketball yesterday?
The basketball that you were watching, yes.
What do you mean? Bam. Do-rag Bam. He's out there. He's balling. You know what I noticed, though? This interested me with Bam. Remember last year when Bam was doing these pickup games, right? What was the big thing we were all excited about?
Shooting
threes.
Yeah.
Didn't really do it. Just dunking on everybody's head yesterday. Now, he did fake out Jaime Jaquez for a 3-point shot foul at the end of the game, and Jaquez bit on it like a bass. In fact, it was so bad that even Udonis hasn't felt bad for him. He was trying to call for a review, but it's Miami Pro League. They don't have review. Is what it is. But no shooting from Bam. I was like, what's up with that?
I really wish he would at least try.
Me too. I don't know. I wonder if he's just completely cast off. Maybe we were getting too crazy with it last year, so he's just keeping it in the old holster. But I didn't see him shooting the ball yesterday.
I don't know. I mean,
too busy dunking on everybody, but still.
But here's the deal. I appreciate the fact that he scores the way scoring is available, right? So he doesn't look at it as say, "Hey, I can take these chumps to the rim. That's what I'm gonna do."
I don't have to call them chumps just because they were playing in a pickup game,
What would you like me to call them?
I don't know, players, hoopers.
Bam is a hooper.
You don't think? I mean, John Wall was there.
You kicked the tires on John Wall at some point. Stop! You dude.
I don't recall that. I don't recall ever kicking the tires on John Wall. I'm sure he's wanted to be here many a time, but I don't recall those times.
Wasn't John Wall supposed to be like the first version of Kyrie?
John Wall was amazing. I mean, John Wall was like the fastest guy in the league at one point before he his Achilles tear. That guy had bad Achilles tear.
I mean, he still get paid like $40 million a year.
I don't know if he is. But he was the first guy to get the
Super
max.
Yeah.
And then right after it happened. And then the Wizards were like, we should do that again. Give it to Bradley Beal. Oh, he's not going to want to be here? Shocking.
You notice they all talk about their loyalty to the team before they get the Supermax. Then after they get the Supermax. But that Supermax is going. You think that Supermax is going to limit moves?
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't. It's not easy to trade something like that,
right?
And they're trying to make it so you can only have 2 of those guys a team now, right? Like the one thing that they're trying to do with like the whole tax apron thing. They're trying to limit that movement. So like what the Heat do and finding those hidden gems, it is going to be more important for teams to scout like that if you have a lot of high priced guys
like Jović.
Oh, Jović. And then the accent too, when he's like, "But I want to stay, buddy." I'm like, don't talk to me like that. I can't look away. Don't. What is that face, Jennifer?
Where's Frog Boy?
I mean, but do you see that? You hear that accent? How are you not delighted by him?
I'm delighted, but you're like in love with him. So there's a difference.
No, he can't be in love with him. Okay,
you know what?
Because I have been begging and pleading. Let's keep Jović. Let's see what this is going to be. And you could care less. Now all of a sudden you're on board and you want us to he's so in love with Jović. Stop it.
Well, he's never told me that he loves me, and he just did. And I was like, don't look at me. I didn't realize he's going to return.
You just admit that where you are right now I have been for the last 3 months?
No, I don't think that's fair.
What?
I don't think that's fair.
Why?
You didn't watch one summer league game.
Wait, but have I not been saying I want to keep Jović the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
And you haven't? Now all of a sudden you watch a summer league game or
Serbia, Italy.
And now all of a sudden you buying in?
Well, it was that, and then Christos, decided to drop that interview, and I was like, oh, Christos. Hello, Nikola. Would you like to stay with Heat? And also, what do you think of these Damian Lillard rumors? I like how Christos and I are the same. We're both boots on the ground, just trying to get answers. What?
He kind of was the same with this whole question about Dame. So
yeah, he was.
He definitely pulled a Tobin with that angle.
And
in another country is amazing. The other side of the world.
He is Greece Tobin.
We're all, yeah, he is.
Or you?
And Christos loves.
Are you Miami Christos?
Man, I never thought about it like that. We both like Bum. Hello, Bum. What does mean you get a dunk on somebody? And also, how you going to win game? Everybody just perks up in the room. He's got to be the only guy who's still doing it from Zoom. Like, I didn't even know this. I didn't even know that was still a thing.
Tobin is the Brad Pitt of relationships. He becomes the person he loves until the next one.
That's not fair.
That actually wasn't fair.
That is no, that's perfect. Greece has Christos, we have Criscos. Oh, goodness.
Jesus.
So, like, the guy came over, changed the thing to on
the
Mel.
bandage? The bandage.
Yeah. Oh. I'm like, hey, does everybody get to see your butt but me? What are we doing?
Guy nurse.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Yeah. I'm just like, what are we doing?
Come on, really?
What?
I know you like really.
I know there are pro, but
let me explain something to you.
Cheeks are cheeks.
And I'm not saying anything different. If I had an issue down there and one of the Spice Girls walked in, she'd
never
be
happens
like,
like that, though, does it?
No, it never happens. Yeah, I get
like,
Marge.
It's always like, Gert.
Marge.
So you're saying this guy's attractive?
Hello, I'm Dr.
I don't know.
Rose.
I didn't see him. And here's when you know he must have been decent looking. You want me to tell you why?
Why's that?
Because she started telling about all of, he's married, he's got 4 kids, they all go to Cardinal Gibbons. And like, when you start saying stuff like that, you're trying to get away from the issue.
Always trying to get a life story, huh?
Yeah.
What are we doing here, Big Spoon?
I'm like, I gotta tell you, when I got my colonoscopy, right? I ain't remember nobody's name. I felt violated. I wanted to get the hell up out of there.
You didn't even want to make eye contact.
No, I didn't want to make eye contact, especially when they all were wearing heels and chit-chatting about vacation and stuff like that. Meanwhile, I'm vulnerable with a leak pad underneath me, and I'm like, can we get a little serious here?
Jean-Pierre says, hey, man, I'm studying to be a nurse. Listen, Jean-Pierre, you could be studying to be a nurse all you want. I'm sure you could be
Galore.
I'm sure that you could study to be a nurse all you want, and you might be a pro's pro. Doesn't mean I have to like bandaging my wife's cheeks.
Right. Like, let's not look real world. Let's not
see a day.
So J-Fig.
No,
let me ask you a
question. Droopy cheeks.
Let me ask you a question. If your significant other was in the hospital or had to get some kind of treatment by a nurse, and the nurse came in and was hot, you're not going like, wow, she got to come in here? Or you just going to be cool? Okay.
I'm going to be cool.
Now, all right, well, I'm a dude. I'm different.
That's a different thing.
Well, but here's the thing, Jennifer, like the old love hospitals. And so you got to think that the nurses, like when they see the old, and then there's like one that's not the old, you got to perk up a little bit. You're like, there's no way it's not. It's not natural. You're telling me they're going after every one of it like, it doesn't matter, just another ball game? No way.
You know what? That's your choice of words.
Just another ball game.
No way, dude. You're like, Sandy's on the hill today.
So when they walked into the room to treat my wife, that's what they said. Oh, Sandy's on the mound tonight, not Cuerdo.
That guy definitely drove in, probably thinking to himself, "Oh, I got Judge Judy, here today."
Hey,
That's probably he sees the gates open. He probably thinks it's the old, and then he goes,
know
"Oh."
what? Next time he come over, I'm gonna have to give him the treatment. I'm gonna get oiled up, do some push-ups and sit-ups. Go in there with a little tank top.
Man, get over it.
I'm sure myself just.
No, I'm not. Listen. I'm a firm believer. If somebody want to be with me, they with me. If not,
exactly. That's what I say.
But it don't listen. But them feelings are still there, J Fig.
Mm-hmm.
Like it don't even if you don't have a problem with it, you like. I'm the nurturer.
Yeah,
I'm the nurturer. I don't listen. Show me how to change the bandage.
Right.
You've been the same way.
Do it. Some people don't.
No, that's disgusting.
Exactly. So let.
But I'm gonna lie. But no, you're gonna lie and say why you ain't asked me to do it.
Take care of your wife.
Huh?
You have to take care of her. Why would you lie?
Because the professionals could do it, and I won't screw it up. I don't want to screw it up.
So then, why are we complaining here?
They don't. Can I just say something? There's never a hot nurse that come over and I chit chat with her while we working on my wife's butt.
Yeah, like if we came with life facts after Hottie Nurse walked in, we're getting the third degree.
Right.
Oh,
See, you like
why do you know?
Yeah. Why you know so much about the nurse?
Yep.
We were just chit chatting while you
Will wants to know, J-Fig, how do you feel about Gabe being around all those LA nurses?
I was trying to ignore that comment.
Imagine like Dave Vincent walks in and scrubs.
Listen,
change your bandage.
Whoa.
Here. Look, there's nothing wrong with how I feel, right? There's nothing wrong with that.
I didn't say that.
If you act crazy, then there's something wrong. Then you got a level of insecurity that needs to be worked on, right? But it don't yeah. When you've been with the same person for so long and you've been the only one to, yeah. Like I was like when I went to the hospital and I'm sitting there with my wife in the hospital and she's in pain or whatever, I'm like, man, I wish you weren't in so much pain, and I wish they would like give you a little more to cover yourself up every time you move. Like, wow, right? Like this is not a show, folks. Can I say, can I go get her some scrubs?
I know a lot of nurses, and they don't even actually acknowledge their patients.
I don't care, but
because
the majority all the time.
Because the majority of them are the old.
Let me
They were
tell
the
you,
good looking ones.
Marge, Agnes.
Talk to your nurse friends again and ask them if
you know what? Whether that is true or not, Big Spoon gave them something nice to look at after all those other patients that
listen. All I'm saying is
just like keep it.
It's not
they
like
didn't do anything. Everything was respectful, wasn't it? So
yes. It doesn't change. It doesn't change the feelings, J Fig. Right? I'm just keeping it real. I'm not the only one that thinks like this. You're making it sound like, oh, I'm on the island. No, I'm not. I know a bunch of people. You've been with the same person for 20 years, right? Paul, he must be a male nurse. Saying he can keep it professional.
He said J-Fig is completely correct.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Then I won't keep it real.
Well, tell Paul to, stop with the chit chat and get back to nursing.
Right.
You got some butts to change.
Right. But I'm just saying, it's just certain things. I get it. Everybody being professional. That's not okay. I get it. I'm not threatened. But I'm just saying,
Take a break. Back after this.
Wow.
We're one day away from the first Dolphins
Welcome back, Tobin and Leroy. Take you guys up until 2 here on the show. Dolphins starting preseason action tomorrow against the Atlanta Falcons. Riveting. First week of preseason. Did you watch Hard Knocks? What a ridiculous question I'm asking, Leroy.
No. You know what?
Dolphins would have been a better follow.
I was reading an article about Phil Mickelson and his gambling.
What about it?
Said in the years that he was partnering with this guy, $1 billion he
That he lost?
No, that he
just gambled.
Bet.
And what did he win?
They say over the years he lost like 100 million.
That's it? Compared to $1 billion?
I mean, dude, 100 million. What the hell's wrong with you?
With him betting $1 billion.
And the reason why him and the guy don't talk no more is because when they had that, remember he got in that scandal with the inside trading?
Yep.
Well, it was supposedly this guy, but there really wasn't any. But Phil wouldn't go out publicly and say anything, so the guy got thrown in jail. And that's when their relationship ended. And the guy got pardoned by Trump.
Oh.
So it's a pretty cool story. I mean, not cool, but just interesting that somebody could.
Can I tell you one that wasn't captivating? You know what I watched this week aside from Hard Knocks?
What?
I watched the Johnny Manziel story. I watched the Johnny Manziel, and I got to tell you, don't really feel bad for him. You know what I mean?
He ruffled a lot of feathers, told that whatever his comeback story could have or would have been, wouldn't have, people weren't receptive.
Here's the thing that was tough about it. First of all, you bring the Johnny Manziel story, right? It's not that long ago, right?
Right.
And my interest in it is, okay, what's he been up to? If you're going to do a documentary on Johnny Manziel, that's an hour and a half long, and an hour of it is the rise of Johnny Manziel and that, he got money for autographs. It's like, all right, I know that story. Like, what's he been up to when he was, slinging it with the Hamilton Tiger Cats and embarrassing himself? Like, where's he been since then? Like, they just kind of brushed over, like, yeah, he got into an altercation with a girlfriend one time. They completely skipped over that the guy got married and then divorced. Like, they just like, and Johnny Manziel lived his life. The end. Like, what?
Like, no, not where are they now?
I kind of was into this documentary to see, hey, where's Johnny Man? Where is he now? What's he doing? Right. They're just like, and he's just kind of living life as a bum. Like, not as a bum. I mean, he's living with his, he's just living life as basically a 30-year-old frat boy.
Right.
But I was just like, this is really? And I don't know, like, I just found it hard to get to get empathy for him because he was just like, yeah, I got to the NFL and I couldn't not do drugs for 30 days before the combine. Like, they're talking about how, like, his agent's like, he wouldn't stop doing drugs. It's like, he couldn't. I'm like, well, that's knuckle-headedness. Like, apparently he was going to have there was word he was going to be like, the one claim in this that was kind of interesting was like, he was apparently in to be the number 1 overall pick with Houston and showed up wasted golfing with the owners. And so he lost that opportunity. Jeez. So then the Browns owners were suckers enough to do it.
So here's the deal. And here's the only problem I had with the Browns. You drafted Baker Mayfield. It didn't work. I mean, you drafted Johnny Manziel, and it didn't work. And then you go and draft basically Johnny Manziel 2.0 and Baker Mayfield. Very similar, not doing drugs and stuff like that, but you know what I mean?
The difference is Johnny Manziel was that's the thing that I found hard to empathize with him is like, he was so shameless about the lack of work he did because now he was at the day and age where they could track his film watching.
Right.
And they said that he watched 0.0 film on his iPad. And he goes, never watched a second of film.
And here's what's amazing. You hear this story, right? You hear the information that this team had, and then you hear what happened in Arizona. Now, what should we say about that?
In Arizona, where
they were talking about he had to have that clause in this thing that he was required to watch certain.
Oh, you're talking about Kyler.
Kyler, yes.
Well, weird enough, I'll tell you what a big thing that I found. I tell you what was a big. I can't believe Cliff Kingsbury's ever been a head coach, because Cliff Kingsbury was his coach at Texas. He was his offense coordinator,
right?
Which I don't know what he must have been like 25 at that time. I don't know how old he was. That dude's such a bro. I can't believe that guy was ever a head coach. He's just like, Johnny got hung over before taking on SMU. He got hung over. He's got to do what he's got to do. I'm just like, right, Cliff? Weren't you a professional?
Right.
Have some respect, Cliff Kingsbury. So the fact that he kind of had two, he did have two of those guys. I mean, Kyler Murray, again, I don't think we realized, remember how fast he flamed out in Cleveland. It was basically a year.
Right.
Done.
Right.
First round pick, done.
Right.
You know? But did they?
I mean, but they, listen, here's the thing. When you go from the first pick to the 20-something pick, and those issues as to why you fell are still out there, these teams got to know what they're dealing with. And for some reason, Cleveland chose to ignore that.
Yeah. Well, they love ignoring things with quarterbacks.
Well, I tell you what, the one thing that I realized that they got away from the little bitty quarterback, because all their quarterbacks, backup, third string, whatever, they're all built like Deshaun Watson.
Johnny Manziel sitting here watching zero amount of film. I'm like, I'm supposed to feel bad for this guy?
I mean,
like,
dude,
I don't know, what are we doing
think
here?
about this. Even I would put in, I'd say during the course of the week, 4 or 5 hours.
I mean, look, even if you're going to, here's the thing that's funny about it. You don't know that they track. Like, throw it on in the background and then watch some, like, I don't know, watch some Everybody Loves Raymond while it's on mute.
Right. No.
Idiot. Everybody knows about
First
the fake
of all,
spreadsheets.
game film doesn't have sound.
It doesn't?
No.
Oh, that's
it's like just the plays. We don't have like.
So do you hear the projector? Like, do you hear the projector when it rolls?
No, but I had a the same tape player that we had in the office. So I would take some tape home, watch for a little bit every day. Nothing serious. Just like I've literally, I would say I watched an hour a day. So 4 or 5 hours a week.
Yeah, Johnny Manziel, it was like like an hour of the documentary. And then he beat Alabama, and then life went crazy, and he knew all these people, and he flew all over the place. I'm like, I know that just happened. What's he been up to? Can this documentary tell me what he's been up to? And then there was just like, it was almost like an epilogue. It was like, and then he got addicted to drugs, and then, you know, he thought about killing himself, and then he had a relationship, and then the end. What was that stuff? What was the goods? I don't know if that's insensitive by me or not, but I was just like,
I mean, you would like to probably know where is he now. I think usually you tell a story like that to kind of show how he's come out of the other side, right?
It doesn't sound like he has come out of the other side.
No.
It sounds like he's just there because they did, you know, like that was the thing. So there was that. And then, yeah, the Jets Hard Knocks, very empty. Empty calories. Enough with Aaron Rodgers. Just obsessed with him.
Why wouldn't they? It's New York.
Oh, and I'll tell you one thing that was weird about it. So they got this this Liv Schreiber, the guy who does the he's the narrator. Ray Donovan.
He's an actor. He does a lot of stuff.
So like Aaron Rodgers mentioned in passing in Tahoe, he's like, "Oh, I want to meet the voice of God," and so like they actually had him on Hard Knocks. So, like they helicoptered in Liv Schreiber, and it was so awkward. It's like, did anybody want to meet him? Nobody wanted to meet him. All the kids are like, I don't know who that is. Aaron Rodgers is like, voice of God. Even Nathaniel Hackett wasn't impressed. I think they really thought that was going to go over well. Hey, it's a Hard Knocks narrator. You guys don't want to meet him? No. Ray Donovan thought it was cool though. He got a football from Aaron Rodgers.
Like
Best character in that show though is John Voight. Oh, he's good. Mickey
you
Donovan.
know who that is, right?
That's Angelina Jolie's dad.
Father, yeah.
He's a great that's one of the iconic TV characters. I love that guy, Mickey Donovan.
I watched it. You know what I watched?
You ever see that show?
No. I watched not
first season. Let me see if I can tell you. First season, Mickey Donovan, mobster, gets out of jail, learns of the internet, and learns of twerking. But he learns about it at a public library. You're in from then on out.
So here's I was just watching a movie called Spiral. It had Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson. And it was kind of like what was that? Saw. Very similar to Saw.
I'm looking at it and the picture, it's kind of creepy.
It is, but here's the deal. The movie just ends.
What do you mean, just like a cutoff?
They don't catch the bad guy.
Who
was his partner.
So, you know, it's from the book of Saw, and the sequel is Saw X.
Oh, so it is from Saw.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it just ended. So I guess the sequel is Saw X, and they're going to go after him. But meanwhile, his Samuel L. didn't make it.
Man, sorry.
That's how the movie ended.
Spoiler.
But that's how the movie ended.
Next movie is
coming. But
out
wait,
September
Samuel
28th.
L. Jackson was Chris Rock's dad in the movie.
That's kind of like how the last animated Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, but it had a to be continued ending. My son was furious.
I hate that.
Furious.
Like, let me know beforehand, because I certainly won't go see a movie that ends. The most recent one that I did was the one that was before Endgame. So they had a lead up to
Middle game.
No, it was what was the first Avengers?
Avengers halftime.
No. You're an idiot.
-1.
You're an idiot.
Goosies, no Goosies is next.
I'm Michael Jenkins, helping you beat the books of BetQL. Tampa Bay has dominated St. Louis in recent history, winning 9 out of the last 10 matchups, but the BetQL model is leaning towards a total in today's matchup. Both teams are in the bottom half of runs scored over the last 30 days, so the model is looking to take advantage of these struggling offenses. Today's BetQL 5-star best bet is to grab the under
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560. You think Leroy left to go beat up the nurse? Male nurse.
I think so. He seemed a little bothered by it.
He did seem a little perturbed. I can't lie. I think I would be too.
You were encouraging it.
Oh, maybe. Just stoking the flames a little bit while I was there. Hello, Dan Day. How are you?
Morning, guys. How y'all doing?
Dan Day coming in here like Lenny Harris, little pinch hit.
Fresh as a daisy.
Appreciate you springing in here, Dan Day. We'll get to a little Goosies, no Goosies here in just a second. We do still have a family 4-pack to give away. One more for Marlins and Yankees coming on up on Friday, which is going to be a busy day for me. We'll do this show, then we'll do Game Day Uncensored, then I'll peruse down to the ballpark. Probably park in somebody's, driveway.
Driveway?
That's
My
what I
grandma
do.
used to do that back in the day when it was the Orange Bowl.
I'm hoping it'll be okay because I know a ton of Yankee fans are going to be there. I'm hoping that a lot of them are going to use the parking garage. They don't know about, parking in the driveway. So that's what I'm hoping for. Because I know I'm going to be cutting, I'll be getting there probably like third, fourth innings.
I just park on the street as far away as I can, then kind of walk around,
Just
look
kinda walk
around,
there.
act like I belong, although I don't look like I belong, and then just walk on into the stadium.
This day, man. You got Marlins, Yankees. You got preseason. You got Messi on the pitch tomorrow.
There's a lot going on.
It is a lot going on. Dan Day, what do we have for little Goosies? No, sorry, JFA. What do we have for little Goosies? No Goosies today.
Thank you so much for confusing me. All right, number 1, Jimmy Butler gets 95 2K rating, same as Tatum and Luka.
Well, first I'd like to hear from Jimmy Butler on this and
Okay.
get his reaction as he was on his gram yesterday. And this is Jimmy Butler on his reaction to this.
No more. Hey, tell him that your login is mine. So
Jimmy Butler. Or the Heat. No more.
Hey, tell him that your login is mine so I can get on the
95 on 2K, guys.
If there is audio.
You got to give me a second on this. I literally just walked in the door and nobody told me anything.
No worries.
No, it's a video.
Dan Day.
Oh, it's a video? Okay.
Is not playing. You don't have the audio pod up?
Hey, tell him that your login is mine so I can get on the
95 on 2K, guys.
I like that he's actually acknowledging it, even if he is just making fun of it, because Jimmy Butler doesn't seem like the type that would care about his 2K rating. But did you see what happened? The reason this gives me the Goosies is because Evan Turner came out and was like, why is Jimmy Butler a 95? If Jimmy Butler's a 95, what's Kyrie? And I'm just like, hey, Evan Turner, how dare you? He's got the same rating as Luka, Jason Tatum. Bounced Jason Tatum last year, has done it multiple times. Jimmy Butler deserves to be a 95 in 2K. I got the Goosies. Leroy, how are you?
I'm okay.
Just give one.
Whoa! Huh?
Which on you. Would you like to see the video?
Of Jimmy Butler talking about his 95 rating?
Yeah, dude. Get the
Does that
Goosies?
give me the Goosies?
Yeah.
Does Jimmy give me the Goosies? Yes. Does his rating? No. I can care less. Here's about basketball rating. We got the real thing. We don't need the rating on a video game.
I don't play like Madden or 2K or anything like
Me
that.
neither.
Yeah. People care, dude.
So how can you get the Goosies for something a game you don't even play?
I like it as a sign of respect.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Who's got higher than 95?
I believe Jokic got the highest rating at 98. I think LeBron and KD were below him, and then I think it was Jimmy, Luka, and Tatum. I think that's the list. Day, do you get the Goosies from a 95, Jimmy Butler?
Goosey! Yeah, it's just this day and age. That is a sign of respect. You respect someone in video games, you respect them in real life. Back in the day, people might say, that doesn't really matter. But nowadays, it's just another sign that they respect him and how much they like his game.
Here's the list, Leroy. 98, Jokic. Then you have Giannis, LeBron, Joel Embiid, Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry all with 96. So 2 through 6 all have 96. And then 95s, your 95ers were Luka, Tatum, Jimmy Buckets. And right below him is Kawhi Leonard at 94.
Kawhi Leonard's a 94 and he does not play basketball.
That's right. Your 94s are Kawhi, Devin Booker, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and future Heat point guard Damian Lillard.
I like how you threw that in there.
Oh. J-Fig, do you get the Goosies from Jamal?
I don't have the Goosies.
No?
No, I'm not a person who plays video games, so I respect it, but
I figure you'd be in the Guitar Hero or something like that.
So crazy enough, when Guitar Hero came out, I was excited because I was a guitar player at the time. And I gotta say, the guitar was a lot easier than the actual video game itself.
Yes.
So I gave up.
Yeah, my son.
Here's why, because you figured I play the guitar. I'm gonna play it on hard.
Yes. And then when I started learning how to play drums, I figured I can do this too. No.
False insecurity. The first person I remember making 2K ratings like a thing was Hassan Whiteside. Like, he was the first guy I remember going on an interview and actually saying, I'm just trying to get my 2K rating up. And then it did, because nobody was doing it with blocks. That's how we got introduced to Hassan Whiteside. What's number 2, J-Fig?
Messi back on the pitch tomorrow.
Look,
we got a lot of action last night. We're gonna figure out how we're gonna take it all in. We got the pitch, we got the baseball game we're gonna be at.
Yep.
And then you got the Dolphins.
And you got the Dolphins. I got the Goosies just simply because I love the Pinks.
Because you love soccer.
I love soccer now. I'm a big soccer fanatic.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get Neymar too. And I love it. Don't look at me like that, Dan Day. We're going to do it somehow.
Worked really well at PSG.
Look, I'm telling you, dude. This isn't PSG. We play by different rules with the Pinks.
I mean, Liga isn't the greatest league in the world, though, now.
Is it?
It's not.
I mean, like, we're
taking
over.
Lille and Nice are coming for you?
We are taking over soccer. The Pinks are going to be the greatest dynasty that we have ever seen in the history of soccer. It's going to revolutionize the beautiful game. And the Irish are going to be so upset.
Why the Irish?
Oh, I saw the TikToks of them making fun of us.
Irish people?
Oh, dude.
Where
I'm going to show you during the break. These TikToks of these blokes, these Brits, and these hooligans doing American accents talking about soccer.
Wait a second. Are you confusing Irish with British people?
Both, dude. They have both TikToks making fun of us.
Irish people?
No, he wouldn't do that. He knows the difference.
I'm telling you. I do know the difference. They think they're so cute with their little American accents.
You think they're cute with their accents?
Wait a minute. You do the same thing to them?
No, I don't like it.
Really? What is that?
I think they're so funny. Well, it's not going to be so funny when we take all the good players. Anyway.
Even though they said that he's going somewhere else, you still believe he's coming here?
Neymar?
Yeah.
Look, that whole thing, I saw technicality.
You said the same thing about Mbappe.
There's no transaction window, whatever. You know, that's fine.
How are they going to afford him? Because we're the only league that has a salary cap.
Oh, dude.
Neymar will make it happen, or they'll just figure it out.
Yeah, dude.
Tobin doesn't believe in salary caps, by the way.
Dada, have you seen the quotes from this Tim Cook, the head of Apple? Dude's fawning over Messi. He wants more in the action. But you know what you need first? Before you get stars on other teams, you need a super team. Everybody knows that. Anyway, you got the Goosies for this, Leroy?
I do. I want to see him keep it going. Oh, I do have the Goosies. I mean, they haven't lost since he joined the team, so let's see it.
And when he plays a full game, 2 goals. Scores every game, but you give him a full game, 2 goals a game. That's his average. Anyway, Dan Day, you got the Goosies for Messi tomorrow?
Goosey! Greatest player of our time on the pitch. Yep, always. Get that brace tomorrow. Let's go.
J-Fig?
Someone says the old Irish have to be offended by this show.
Oh, I mean,
young Irish are kind of offended right now.
I'm just saying, like,
you're gonna get Dan Day on one of those anger trips with you.
I'm telling
you, he knows soccer.
Oh, he does know soccer. But look, I want Dan Day to welcome me in, but I want him to accept my new ideas. You know,
I do. I'm all for your ideas if they happen.
I want Neymar. I want everybody.
What about Mbappe? Why not? Let's dream big. Get that PSG dream team that won so much back together.
I would love Mbappe the next wave. You know what I want is
You don't want him now at 25?
Nah. It's too young.
Kim Kardashian having a good time in Miami.
He can't handle that down here. It's too much for him. You know, he needs to establish some roots. You know, go live his life in Europe. But when he's like 30, then he comes over here. You know, it's kind of like here's my plan, Dan Day. It's kind of like the Heat, right? Like you saw the other day how Spo's chatting it up with Anthony Edwards. That was just to take note. Because once the Jimmy and the Dame era is over, he's 22, and Edwards. Think about it down the road.
Staying a step ahead. I like it.
You know, you always got to think about the next
tell
era.
us to keep an eye on them?
Keep an eye on it.
Mm-hmm.
Keep an eye, but not for now, J-Fig. Right now, we're getting Dame Dollar. I don't even remember who's up next. What are we on third topic?
Figgy.
Do you have the Goosies?
I have the Goosies, yes. I'm excited for this to continue going.
Goosies! Big Sports Friday.
All right, ready for number 3?
Of course.
Yep.
Dwyane Wade going into the Hall of Fame this weekend.
That's Goosies galore.
Yeah.
I think we could all agree.
Yeah,
we can all agree on that. That's around trip. You know, it give me even Goosies galore.
Goosies on top of Goosies?
Yeah. If that sign were to go up on Biscayne.
Be nice.
That is true.
Be nice. And what's our final topic, J-Fig?
All right, number 4, Josh Bell becoming first Marlin to homer from both sides of the plate.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Okay.
Why'd you
Wanted to make sure. You know, sometimes I see words and I get scared of saying them. Mm-hmm.
That's Goosies. History is Goosies. You know, so if you do something that hasn't been done in franchise history, even if you shock Leroy with your voice, that's Goosies for me. What about you, Leroy?
Come on. Wait, you guys weren't shocked by his voice?
Not as much as you.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think that's how it's supposed to sound.
You know, when you have, I tell you this, the only other time I felt like this, when you watch golf, there's a lot of Asians that live in Australia.
Yes.
So when they give you the name and you hear them talk and they talk with an Australian accent, it catches you off guard.
I gotcha.
Right. It's like that. Yeah, I got the Goosies. That's history. History.
Goosies!
Told you, I was fortunate that I got to see something even more incredible. I saw Carlos Baerga hit a home run from both sides of the plate in the same inning.
That's pretty crazy. I once saw Derek Lee hit a 3-run homer and a 3-run inside the park home run in a game.
Well, how tired was he? Because you know they always look exhausted.
Dude.
They always look exhausted.
Dan Day, you had the Goosies from Josh Bell, a couple homers, one from each side of the plate yesterday.
Goosies!
And the cherry on top, my favorite player for the Marlins, Brian De La Cruz, hits a home run in the 9th. And then on top, one of my favorite players outside of the Marlins, Ellie De La Cruz, strikes out to end the game. I was so happy. Oh, my goodness.
Brian De La Cruz is your favorite Marlin?
Yeah.
Interesting.
By far.
Interesting.
Why not?
I
mean, why not? I mean,
why not? I don't know.
I was going to say I can't answer either why or why not. He's my favorite player.
There you go. Great name. Fun name to say. J-Fig?
I got the Goosies. We respect history around here.
Goosies!
We'll take a quick break. Final hour of the show coming on up.
Breaking news here on SportsCenter: the Chicago Bulls on the verge of landing Dwyane Wade.
I haven't spoken to Dwyane yet. I've been crafting a very long email to him.
Been honest that I haven't spoken to him since the season ended. So.
What happened with Dwyane floored me.
No, I know who Pat is. It's no secret to me. I was there 13. I've seen a lot of players come and go. I know how he is. So if you're not with him, you're against him.
Live from American Airlines Arena in Miami, it's the NBA with your Miami Heat playing host to the Chicago Bulls. Wade just throws it up. Got it to go. Dwyane Wade's first back home in Miami.
Worst basketball game I ever played in my life. I couldn't wait till it was over.
Stephen A. Smith has just opened his radio show that Dwyane Wade could be heading back to the Miami Heat.
What?
That's all I got.
You can't leave me
That's
hanging
all
like
I
this.
got.
It's happening. It's happening. Woj just said it.
What he say?
Cleveland is trading Dwyane Wade to Miami. Lee sources tell ESPN.
What? Somebody is walking to the check-in area.
Number 3, Dwyane Wade.
Dwyane Wade will bring it back. Miami down by 1 with 20 seconds left in the game. Wade, tough shot. Got it with 5.9 seconds left. Oh, this is his house right now. There's no doubt about it. Welcome back to your home, Dwyane Wade.
Ah, man. The D-Wade departure and return era. Coming back in the Vice jersey. God, that was a dark time. That was a dark time.
Well, keep in mind, at the time, a lot of people didn't want to pay him.
Only idiots.
Okay.
Only idiots.
At least you got him back. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Imagine being a team like New Orleans. No one ever comes back. Leroy and I won't even go visit home anymore. And that tells you how much no one's ever going back.
Dude, I'm telling you. I would, instead of going to New Orleans, I'll fly everybody who want to see me here.
Yeah. I'll take a trip to, I don't even know, Des Moines, Iowa before I go home.
The thing that that was a weird game to be at. I remember I went to that game, the D-Wade Chicago Bulls game, and it was weird. He beat the Heat with a pump fake foul. Like that was his like classic D-Wade to seal that game for Chicago. And just the look on Eric Spoelstra's face, he's like, been on the other end of that, gotten a lot of benefit of that for a long, long time. Then the next year, remember, like the next year before he went to Cleveland, like he had the choice: did he want to go to Cleveland or Miami? And he decided to go to Cleveland with LeBron. That I wasn't pleased with him about. But in the middle of that year, because LeBron was being a sourpuss with all of his players, they cast off like everybody, and he ends up back in Miami. Ends up back in Miami in the Vice jersey, and that was one of the happiest days when he came back. So Goosies. Oh.
Goosey!
It was a delight. Why are you looking at me like that, Leroy?
Just in general, your overall, like, you're making it sound like you weren't there.
I was there. This is
Okay.
a time of reflection, my friend. It's Hall of Fame D-Wade week.
All right, I got you.
That was a dark time.
So why aren't we playing like some quick hitters from D-Wade's career?
We have been all week. Have you not been paying? I mean,
No, I'm talking about, shouldn't it be like a station-wide thing?
What do you mean?
Everybody should be doing it.
I don't know about everybody else. What I've been doing, I've been taking people on a journey with montages.
You have.
I like to montage.
If there was any thought that you were not privy to, I apologize. I'm saying we all should be doing it.
I'm just saying, like, and there's nothing that hits quite like a Woj bomb, man. When you get that news coming in that he was there.
Oh my goodness. What the hell's wrong with you?
What, dude?
You guys acted like a bunch of babbling idiots.
That's not true. And the thing is, like, you should be excited because that
We're
speech.
excited.
Do you think like he mentions the Pat Riley no pay thing, and then like they cut to Riley in the stands, and then like there's a back and forth?
Oh,
like,
game ops?
Game ops, yeah.
You want game ops?
I want game ops for the Hall. Listen, the game ops were really on point for the Zach Thomas speech.
Oh yeah,
they were.
He almost gave him what a list of like when you can send the Marcos sound, send the sound or pictures.
Chicago, Man, they hated having him there too. Remember that? He went there and they called it Plan AARP. That's what the headline was in the Chicago Tribune.
Because part of the problem is that they didn't want to be better. Right? Because remember, it was the young guys against the old guys.
It was the young guys versus D Wade and Jimmy. And somehow Rajon Rondo got to rally the troops against them.
Right.
That guy.
But
you want to know why D Wade's the best? Because even in the time where he could have been just royally pissed at the Heat, he still told Jimmy Butler to come here. He's the best.
It's really cool when you have all these situations surrounding D Wade, and yet every situation he handles it like a pro.
He is. He's a gentleman.
He's a gentleman.
He's a gentleman.
Except for getting Leroy his wine.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
I tasted it the other day. It's, maybe it got too old. I don't know.
What?
It usually tastes better with age.
Wait, J-Fig, you should have just let him marinate on his stupidity. Right?
You think it just always tasted like that?
No.
Okay.
Wait, so when you become a sommelier, you just drink it. You got some alcohol? What you want? It don't matter. I'll drink it.
I typically like my wine in a box. Real classless.
I'm a little more classy. I like the screw top, so I don't have to use the whole cork open thing.
Who likes a cork?
Yeah, I think it gets in the way. And then it's easy to put back
so
on.
let me ask you, Dan Day. So I'm gonna throw some names at you. Are these really considered wine or what? So what is Wild Irish Rose considered?
Bum juice.
I know it's bum juice, but is it wine?
Oh no, it's
dude,
just
it's like in the category of MD 2020.
It's a liqueur, I would call it.
Mad Dog.
Yep, Mad Dog.
Wild Irish Rose.
Even the like ruby red stuff you get at the store that's like super sweet and cheap in the wine aisle. I don't know if that's wine. I think it's like Kool-Aid with liquor in it.
It's how says Tobin's on that barefoot. I've been there.
That's wine.
I feel like everybody starts off with that.
Barefoot.
You know what I tried one time a while ago? That Loco.
Four Loco?
Four Loco?
It was disgusting.
I was gonna say, did you black out? I've never had it and not blacked out.
No, I got through like
how
a
many
quarter of
cans
the
do you
can.
have?
One.
Really?
What one leads you to a bad decision after another bad decision? You're like, oh, I
Yeah.
drink a Four Loco. I'm hammered. Let me drink, I don't know, a Coors Original. And then the next thing you know, you wake up. Four Loco is nasty.
Yeah. Remember that the other one that was a big deal for a second in the polka dot bottle, Paricio or
that's big in Puerto Rico. Capriccio.
Capriccio, yeah.
I'll drink that now.
Well, right now the big deal is the little balls. What's it called?
Buzz balls.
Buzz balls. Yeah.
That's gross too.
That you can buy at the gas station.
Yeah, for like $1 or something like that.
I did like bringing it back to D-Wade. I did like him going on Dan's show and saying to Paul Pierce that, listen, rent's expensive. I love living rent free.
Yes, I saw that.
That made me very
It
happy.
was hilarious. It was hilarious. It was funny and it was well done. Don't even respond. He didn't have to respond to any comments when he made that statement.
Yep.
That man has been bothered by your career, his whole career, right?
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. He's beside himself, and now he's just lashing out at Twitter trolls.
Well, I would say this, that everybody has their Bam Morris.
I can't believe he got shouted out in Jack's Hall of Fame speech. I was like, I know him
amazing?
for the wrong reasons.
Right.
I know him as the bum that they thought was going to be better than Leroy. Hello, bum Morris. Those are our headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck in a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Back after this.
Got what you
You guys see that that Reds pitcher got really mad at Jazz yesterday? Or he was like really fist pumping. I believe he told him to shut the bleep or sit the bleep down after he struck him out. Because I'm guessing the game before he was mad because Jazz
pimped out his home run too much.
Well, he did pimp out his home run, which is not the thing that pissed him off. It was that he slapped the catcher on the tush when he's crossed home plate. And then I can be like, you know what? I can understand a pitcher being upset for his catcher after that. A smack on the tush after hitting a home run, and they were down. So, I mean, I don't even know if they would take I don't even know if the catcher would take a slap on the tush well if they, if it was a go-ahead home run. I'm guessing that's what they were upset about, but he said after the game, they were like, oh, noticed you were quite animated after striking out. By the way, they lost yesterday, the Reds, so this guy might want to pipe down. But he goes, oh, I know you were kind of upset there with Jazz Chisholm. Looked very fired up after. He goes, yeah, that's lucky. That's all he got. I'm like, whoa, all right, calm down, dude. I guess you know what? You're not so lucky because what you guys got was a 5-4 loss. Tough Nuggets. I love unwritten rules baseball. It's the
worst thing ever.
It's like the things they hold sacred are so stupid. I wish they would be more like the Tim Anderson fight, where like, you know what, this is going to result in actual consequences. Boom. Crazy.
I mean, instead they throw baseballs at each other.
Well, I think that's what the guy's implying when he says he's lucky that's all he's got. Like he didn't throw at him. But it was 2 games
The game
ago.
was too close.
It was too close. Yeah, but like, usually if you're going to do that, you come out of the gate, give him a little something in the backside and you move on. But like, he's obviously, he harbored that from the first game of the series. He's like, I'm holding on to that one, Jazz Chisholm. When I strike you out. I think Jazz Chisholm had the hat trick yesterday. Struck out 3 times, I think.
Is that the golden sombrero?
No, that's 4.
Oh, okay.
Golden sombrero is 4 strikeouts.
All right.
Which you would like, which is kind of weird because I feel like the golden sombrero sounds fun.
What's wrong with you?
What do you mean, dude?
That does not sound fun on any level.
The golden sombrero doesn't sound like a good time.
If someone says, I gave you the golden sombrero, do you think that would sound good?
It sounds like a party Cinco de Mayo.
Leroy.
The thing is, I feel like you're connecting it with something else.
Yeah.
You feel like that, Piggy, really?
I know you.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know. Sombreros connote party. Like, I feel like you're having a good time.
You're taking more shots than anybody at the party. You got the golden sombrero.
You got the golden sombrero. I feel like you're having a good time. The hat trick, everybody knows. Like, nobody wants the baseball hat trick. You want the hockey hat trick or soccer, of course.
I only had 1 hat trick in football.
What's that?
3
Catch
touchdowns.
one. Oh, I thought you said catch one, run one, throw one.
No, I've done catch one, run one a few times, but not
in the NFL.
Yeah.
Did they throw hats at you when you had
first up until my 4th year? I had
damn Schmeathan.
Yeah. Up until my 4th year, I had more yards receiving than rushing. So I caught more touchdowns than I think after my 3rd year, I had like 15 receiving touchdowns.
You're kind of like a Renaissance man before your time. Running backs was just run, catch a couple screen passes.
Yep.
So
I ran routes, dude. I had to know the route tree. There was twice a year. Every time we played Houston, I had to play slot receiver.
Practicing with the wide receivers, Leroy.
Mhm.
A couple times, really?
I played slot receiver for 2 games a year. That was the game plan
Against the Oilers.
Yeah, because they had a Russian. He was a linebacker though, that Lamar Lathan, and so to get him out, they would move me in the slot, so he would have to widen out to guard me, and I would just run routes on him, and he never got to rush the passer. So every time we played Houston, as long as he was on that team, That's what I had to do. Pretty genius gameplay.
I was gonna say, yeah. Plus, you have the wide shoulder pads, so you give the quarterback a wide target.
Very wide shoulder pads.
Really?
What?
It is true, though, man.
Just saying facts, dude.
Everybody had those shoulder pads. Go look. Pull up any running back in the 90s.
We've done this how many times, Leroy? And still, yours
take the cake.
Yours take the cake. In fact, it almost looks like you have two cakes under your shoulders.
You know what's amazing? You know what I've never figured out? Like, if you show that picture, I've never understood how, as you're running with the football, right? That guy's grabbing, and you can slap that hand away with the other hand. Like, you just do it, but it's really hard to do. See the hand he's grabbing? Just slap it away and just go on about your business. Look at how green that grass is.
Back then.
Jesus.
That was old Cleveland Stadium, my boy.
Just looking like absolute muck.
Well, yeah, you can't grow grass when it's 20, dude.
I'm telling, yeah, you're right.
Wait, did the Indians play there too?
Yes.
Okay, so at least they had a little more reason for it to be so rough.
No, but he said those pads aren't Photoshop. Nope, the real deal.
We should do one of those.
We had a situation because, you know, the infield was part of our football field.
Yeah.
And when the game first started, before we did warm-ups, they had the lines for the field in the dirt. But as you run around in it, the lines are gone. So me and Metcalf were in the back catching the kickoff, right? Now everybody knew they was gonna kick it to me, so we would stack and then read which way the ball was going, and then we go opposite, and Eric would go get the ball. Where Eric went to catch the ball, and he caught the ball and took a knee, and everybody's yelling at him, "Matt, no, no!" And he took a knee, and they hit him. He goes, "What the hell are y'all doing?" I'm like, "You on the 5, dude." He goes, "Oh, my bad. I thought I was in the end zone."
He didn't read the toes.
Yeah.
Would
you have wanted to be on the Dolphins if you played today? In that offense? Yeah. Holy smokes.
Man. Well, here's the thing, though. There's no way Leroy could get through a McDaniel meeting without saying something. There's no way. There's just no way.
I would have really liked to see that.
I would have liked to see, like, those are two powerhouses coming together.
Right?
Mike McDaniel in a meeting with Leroy Horde. I mean, that's words, dude.
I can show you Leroy. This is how Leroy would react.
Dude, I'm telling you. There's only been one moment where I was outdone. And I was playing in a golf tournament. And keep in mind, when you play in these golf tournaments, I'm nervous because I'm not a golfer. And there's people all over the place. And I played with Lee Trevino. Now, before we played, we were in the locker room. And the football players and the golfers were like, "I got my money on Leroy." And they go, no, dude. No. He say, "No." When I got done, and we got done, keep in mind, I was nervous, so I didn't talk as much. And Lee Trevino only stopped to hit his ball. So he would talk all the way up until he started his swing and then continue his thought.
Man.
Right? And so when we got done, I go, "If this was the Super Bowl, that would be your MVP." I said, "I got nothing for him."
Man.
Dude, it was a blowout.
Very impressive. So it was only him and then Jason Jackson. Those are the two.
Jax.
Jackson go toe to toe.
Jax.
I feel like
Jax, you know, like when I talk sometimes, you don't really have to pay attention. You get the gist of it, right? Jax, you got to pay attention because he used them crazy words, right? So you paying attention, you got to make sure you know got the story because he gonna tell it and it's gonna be entertaining, but you got to pay attention.
I feel like you guys are like the heavyweights. It's like the George Foreman, Ali, and Joe Frazier of talking in South Florida right now.
Dude,
you, McDaniel, and Jax.
I ramble?
No, I mean I wouldn't say you're a rambler, but you can talk, dude.
I know. I know. I said, they said, what's your only regret? I said, my only regret is that Odyssey doesn't pay me by the word.
Steve referring to Leaf Trevino as the guy from Happy Gilmore. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. The
Yes.
guy who ironically in that movie didn't say a word. He just looked.
Didn't say a word. He just shook his head.
Which is so I think people would probably find that surprising about your story.
No, dude.
Cameo in the most famous movie didn't say a word.
Dude, he would tell a story, stop, hit his shot, continue with his story, and he did it for 18 holes without repeating the story. I was like, we got done. I was just staring at him going, wow, you're the best.
Shmi the Chmolnik says Leroy is the Patrick Mahomes of rambling. I don't think so, dude. Like, you know who the Patrick Mahomes of rambling is? Keith Thurman.
My goodness.
That dude can
Honestly, yes, I agree.
That dude.
I agree with this one.
What did we ask? 2 questions in that interview? 25 minutes.
We asked 2 questions, and then after we asked the second
forgot what
question,
you had asked him because
At
of
one
how
point-
much you just kept on.
At one point, he's just doing sound effects. He was
Yeah.
just,
and we were looking at the watch because like the show is ending.
Yeah.
And he's going strong. And we like you know what? The best part is when you're doing the interview and you like trying to play double dutch. So you're trying to get in to stop it. And you try to get it, and you have no spot to get in. No spot to get in. You just had to let him run his course. Yep.
We asked Bill Walton, what do you think about this Final Four here in Dallas? He went on for 30 minutes and covered pro basketball, college basketball, the Grateful Dead, him being a time master at some event, and his video, Reggie Jackson, and he just kept going. And you're like, all right, thanks.
Thanks, Bill.
It was enlightening, though.
What you expect, though?
You know who else is a talker like that? Is Dickie V. Woo!
Charms you too.
Dude. He got me to go to that. What? You saw how he got me?
If you wanted out, you should have just brought up the Kane slapping the floor against Duke. Would have made him upset.
No, dude, I'm telling you what. It was amazing because when he came up, he knew Mel's name. He said hi to her. Yes, dude, I'm telling you.
The research?
He is the best. Now, keep in mind, he did this in a room of about 1,500 people.
Mm-hmm.
And he pretty much went around the room. It was I was like, he said, you'll be back next year? I said, yes.
Whatever you say, Dickie V. Take a quick break. Final segment coming up.
cause I love my occupation. Hey, I'm on vacation. If you don't like your life, then you should go and change it.
All right, welcome back. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 o'clock. You missed any of the show, you get the Tobin and Leroy podcast. You also can go back and watch it on our YouTube page, Miami 560 WQAM, which is also the same channel for Twitch. You guys can also watch Sports Day up there every single weekend, coming at you live. And, of course, you can watch it there on demand. Dan, Dave, Vlad, they do a fantastic job every single Saturday and Sunday. What time are you guys on, Dan? Usually 12 to 4?
Noon to 4, yes, usually.
12 to 4. There you go. So check that on out. What do you want to do, Leroy? We got one more family 4-pack to give away for tomorrow. What do we want to do here with the 4-pack?
Let's give it away tomorrow, so give more people a chance to get involved.
You want to put it in the holster for tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll do it early tomorrow to give you a chance to.
All right, we'll put it. We'll do first hour tomorrow. We'll give away our last 4-pack of the giveaway to come join us at Marlins Park for a little Marlins and Yankees action. And you're gonna show me the speakeasy, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
We talking about JR Sports Bar?
I don't know where it is.
It's a secret bar.
Yeah, the secret bar. You get $3 beers, $7 mixed drinks, but you got to get it early.
Yeah, I got to check this out.
Man, Leroy, we know. You see, when you're from a place like we are, you always know the little nooks and crannies. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always just usually there just crushing tall boys in the middle of the city. But if there's a secret place that's, not $9 tall boys, I'm all for it.
Yeah, they try to trick you. So when you're walking up to that Budweiser bar, they're like, ooh, $3 teal beers at JR's bar. And you're like, oh, so you go to the Budweiser bar and the beer cups are teal. So you think, oh, there's a teal beer. I'll take a Budweiser. $9. You're like, I thought they said $3.
I tell you what, they better let me drink
What I don't like about tall boys is that if you don't drink it fast enough, it's warm.
Well, then there you go.
Well,
drink fast.
They got to drink it faster.
Simple equation.
I'm never worried about that. But I tell you the thing that annoys me, they better let me drink out of a can tomorrow because that was really annoying fight where I had to drink out of the giant cup. You know?
You don't like the giant cup?
It didn't fit, dude. And so it leaves you thinking like, hey, am I getting shorted some beer here? I know I wasn't. I saw them pour it, but still.
You don't want to fill it up all the way to the top, then you can't carry it anywhere.
No, because you take a huge gulp.
I love a tippy top.
Yeah.
I want to slurp on it like a water bird.
Wait,
You
what?
know?
No, the terrible spot to come in on, J-Fig.
Okay, we're talking about beer.
Yeah,
I like beer.
Not at a game, you know?
Okay.
Like
You
I
like
don't
craft beer though, right?
Oh, she loves going to the Marlins Beer Fest. That's like her faves.
Figgy knows she can go.
A beer
now.
garden. J-Fig loves a beer garden.
I love a beer garden.
I'll tell
I don't like
Figgy.
beer.
I'll tell Figgy and her cousin Anna, let's go out tonight. I'll buy the first 7 beers, but after that, you're on your own. And it's like a joke, but it's not because 7 beers later, I'm like, all right, that's enough.
I tell you, the thing that I love more than anything is when New York fans come down here and they go home sad. I love it so much. I love it when it's the Mets. I love it when it's the Knicks, the Rangers, whoever made the Mets, the Jets. Oh, delightful. So
They're sad because before the game starts, they're gonna be out loud and proud.
Yeah, we're here. Let's take it over.
J-Fig loves beer garden. Tobin loves an Olive Garden.
I don't mind me an Olive Garden. I'll tell you. I don't mind it. Endless breadsticks.
No, I'm not going there for bread.
What?
They give you the bread so you fill up on bread.
But it's a famous for its bread and salad.
Because it's the best thing on the menu or whatever. It's the best thing they have.
My daughter loves going to a restaurant and getting bread, and one of her favorites is Outback. So we went to Outback the other night, and they got the
pumpernickel.
They got that pumpernickel bread, right? And we're like going through no pumpernickel bread, and so my daughter finally asked, she goes, "Hey guy, where's the bread?" He goes, "Oh, sorry, we're all out."
Huh?
She wanted to leave, didn't she?
She looks and she goes, "I don't believe him." She thinks that the guy was actually denying bread. Like, I just don't think he wants to get it.
If it's a signature item on the menu or that generally just
Everybody
comes to
knows
you.
the
so
Outback.
how do you run out?
Exactly. How do you run out?
Leroy, tell them about Popeyes running out of chicken.
Stop, because that happened to me at Pollo Tropical once, and I was heated.
That doesn't matter. So
I went to a chicken to Popeyes at 12 o'clock, and it goes a 15-minute wait. I'm like, all you guys make is chicken. It's 12 o'clock. Why is there no chicken? You got one job.
I don't know.
You ain't even grilling it. You ain't even marinating. You're just frying chicken.
Let me ask you this, Leroy. You think Serbia is playing again today? Because I really want to see Jović back in action, dude.
I'm done with you with this.
Why?
I've been saying this for 3 months, and you have been, oh, we're throwing him in a little sweetener and all this, and now you all gun-ho about Jović.
Dude, you should have
I've
seen
been
this
on this train for since he got here.
You should have seen
Since
this
since I saw 11 minutes, 11 points, and 5 rebounds that day, I was like, I'm all in.
But you should have seen this coast to coast. I'm telling you. He goes to coast. Like it's so fast. He's got a long stride. There's a long stride to him, and he goes coast to coast, you know? The coast of Jović.
I know. That's why I gave you a choice. You want Jaime or you want Jović?
I gotta tell you, I like Jaime too. I do. I watched him yesterday. Once again, I watched way too much basketball. That wasn't good basketball yesterday, but I watched Jaime Jaquez and Bam Adebayo basically exchange dunks for 2 hours yesterday. Something about that kid.
He's very athletic. Sneakily athletic.
Why's he gotta be sneaky?
See, I like the fact that he was all defense in the Pac-12 for 2 years.
Yeah,
that excites me.
He was just, you know, and I will say he did have an intangibles play, Leroy. He had a follow-up putback when wasn't a lot of hustle plays in the Miami Pro League. I respected that. Plus, he got the wise man talk from UD. I was like, that's kind of cool. And then UD posted him on the ground. I don't know. And this Cronin, where is he? What's he doing? He should. How am I doing more scouting than Cronin is yesterday? Cronin should have been up there watching Miami Pro. He should be in person watching Miami Pro League.
Really? You think scouts are going to Miami Pro League?
They should, dude. He should get a little peeky poo because
they just had summer league, dude.
I'm telling you right now, something about him. And everybody went Sacramento.
What? You are unbelievable.
Something about him.
Now all of a sudden, there's something about him.
Something about him. That's all I'm saying.
But then why you dismiss me when I've been saying that?
I haven't because I can't deny that once that Damian Lillard trade hits and they're gone, I may tell him to take a hike. I don't know. I can't deny my feelings.
You're gonna need some cheap labor, dude.
I agree. That's why we got.
And I don't want all the cheap labor to be 37 years old.
We got that Sider fella from the Lakers. But like
that
6
is true.
games. We'll do all right.
He's supposed to be a sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter, dude. That's what they say. That's what they say about him.
I watched highlights. All it was layups and dunks. But
we have a sharpshooter who is to this point done something quicker than anybody else.
You talk about dunks?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
is there anybody a better sharpshooter than him?
He is. Listen, he had a nice resurgence in the playoffs. I feel like
not as sharp as he used to be, though.
Not as sharp as he used to be, but you want to know something?
He had an off year.
Two.
Kind of. He's been, but I thought the way he looked at the playoffs, the confidence that he played with in the playoffs, we hadn't seen that Duncan Robinson. That's a new Duncan Robinson. That's a Duncan Robinson with an edge.
You know what it's called? Growth. It happens.
Growth and mean mugging.
Really?
Flexing on fools. Yeah, dude. Something about him. But not
something about everybody. But who are you going to get rid of?
That's not true. There's not something about everybody. But Jaquez, Jović, and Duncan Robinson, something about them.
Yeah, they're
until they get traded.
Well,
Dave Dollar.
Hey,
I know.
They're all a little sweetener.
All I'm going to say is, this is how I feel. If this ends with me getting Damian Lillard next to Bam and Jimmy, I'm going to be okay. Now, if somewhere in the meanwhile, we still have Jović and or Jaquez, great bonus. But I'm tired of people telling me that, they got nothing to give. Dude, the Trailblazers should be kissing our ass for this package. 3 to 4 first-round picks plus one of these two guys. These guys are amazing. You guys are sitting here, we got Shaedon Sharpe. Okay, dude. Please. And Jović, there was something about him today saying that he wants to stay. Tug at my heartstrings.
Everybody wants to stay in Miami, dude. Have you ever? Who's the last guy say I don't want to be here anymore?
I can't remember it, to be honest with you.
Okay.
The only time I kind of remember that was with Hassan, and he was like, "There's a lot of teams that could use a center." And I was like, apparently not. Dude was on the backup tour after that.
Oh my goodness! Still got his $100 million though.
He did. He got his aquarium, all that stuff. I just want that Damian Lillard news to hit, dude. Let's go.
How many weeks before season 5? Before camp starts?
More like 6.
Okay, you got a month.
Maybe the end of October.
Right, you got a month until no.
You don't
I'd
think
say end of
first
September.
week of the season?
I think that Pat Riley's not dealing with Cronin's nonsense this week. It's about Dwyane Wade this week. They're all on vacation in Springfield, Massachusetts, to go celebrate Dwyane Wade. And so once they honor,
you think Mickey's going?
Everybody's going.
Okay.
Everybody's going. That's what UD told me, at least.
Oh, okay.
But once that's done, guess what? Time to get back to business. And Cronin, you better have the guts to pick up that phone. Tired of you acting like an ostrich with your head buried in the sand, delaying the inevitable.
A couple people jumping in saying who the last time someone asked to leave Miami. Saban doesn't count, and neither does LeBron. They didn't ask to leave. They didn't say they wanted to leave. They just left.
No, one just bald-faced lied to you and said, "I'm not going to be the Alabama coach," and then he was, and then the other was a sneak and left.
Well, what if Nick Saban would have thrown at you? Facts have changed.
I would have appreciated that more than just blatantly lying.
Maybe that's how he felt at that moment.
And the facts have changed. They offered me more.
And look at him now. It worked out.
I guess.
You guess?
I guess.
He's won more championships than anybody in college football.
Yeah, still passed on Drew Brees.
Yeah, he couldn't hack it with the bigs.
Shaq won it out.
I mean, like it just came to an end, Stunt Steve. It's not like he flat out said trade me, you know. But once Riley and him did come to blows, like it was inevitable.
Right. Because he didn't want to get in Heat shape. He wanted to be in Shaq shape. More like
one guy who definitely doesn't want out is Jović, dude. Please.
I can't let you get away with this, dude.
Get away with what? That's my guy.
Your fraudulent behavior.
I'm not a fraud, dude.
Really?
You can't tell me if I'm a fraud if I'm taking time out of
You were trading Jović for 2 Krispy Kremes and a pack of smokes.
That's not fair. If I trade you, if I watch Serbia, Italy, that makes me a Jović fan.
I mean, I can't argue that.
I mean, it does, dude.
You're spending your day when you have a family, a job, a career, and everything else to watch Serbia, Italy in the warm up to the FIBA World Cup.
Yep. Anyway, that's our show, everybody. Talk to you guys tomorrow.